Again, still wearing the same clothes. I gotta take a shower again. Hungry too. I got no food. I ain't food, so I don't get any money. So, where did we leave off yesterday? I think we were talking about what were we talking about? I know exactly what we were talking about. We were talking about visions and stuff. I feel like talking about that today. Oh, California. It's supposed to talk about California. So, okay. California story takes a little bit of setting up though, because there's a lot to it. So, but ultimately, it all comes back from this Q-anon thing. So it's all relative. Is that blood? It's all relative to this event, which ultimately leads back to the death of my father, which then leads back to like some other shit. So I guess what we'll make this one about. Everything happens for a reason. QAnon had this cute little tagline called "The future proves the past." I love that sound. I love that one. The future proves the past. What does that mean? When you take that in conjunction with the statement that everything happens for a reason, that once an event happens, an experience happens, you can trace it backwards and see how everything that led up to that moment happened exactly the way that it did in a form of divine timing. Literal divine timing. Everything. That there are no coincidences, that you were supposed to do exactly what you were supposed to do, and when you backtrack it, the future, which is the present, proves the past, which we are now in the future from the past. This is now what we were thinking back then. This is now the future, which is our present. So our past selves, our future for our past selves is today. And it all happened because it was supposed to happen exactly the way that it did. So, California. What led to California? A lot of shit. A whole lot of shit. And realistically, it all started with me smoking crack with a pregnant girl. Actually, it went back even further than that. Jesus Christ. It started with a girl. But even her, where did she come from? I don't know. It's like my whole life led to that moment, which ultimately led to this moment, me telling the story. It's really weird when you, at least in my head, because I can see it doesn't make any sense to you because you don't know what I've seen, you don't know where I've been. So this just probably sounds like, I don't know what it sounds like. But in my head, when I actually map it out, it makes perfect sense how everything laid out exactly the way that it did. The only problem is I don't really know where it's going from here. I have an idea, because I keep on trying to manipulate things. I'm a manipulator, as I said yesterday. But I don't really, I try not to manipulate people. That's just a side effect of everything else. Like I said, you're either a manipulator or you're being manipulated, and we all manipulate in some way, shape, or form everyone around us. That's why we're in the situations that we're in. I prefer to manipulate the energies of nature and the universe. Does that sound? I don't know how that sounds, but it makes a lot of sense in my head because what I do is I don't do anything. I allow nature to take its course, but I'm allowing nature to take its course based off the actions I've been taking for the past 38.9 years of my life. My birthday's on Sunday, by the way. Really happy birthday to me. Thank you very much. If you're looking on what to get me, you can shoot me an inbox and I'll give you my address and you can actually get me some stuff because there's a few things that I really want. I want, and I think the entertainment value that I provide is worthy enough. If you want my personal opinion. But if you are curious and you want to get me something, thank you. Thank you for getting me that. Thank you for whoever got me the True Black Tarot, which is located at trueblacktarot.com, because it looks really fucking awesome, and I think it would be a much cooler deck to use. That, and also thank you to whoever got me the Tarot of the Shadows deck. It's an oracle deck that's on Amazon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really use those. And thanks whoever paid for my Reiki training. I'm doing Reiki. I'm trying to learn Reiki through a book, but it turns out that Reiki is the one energy healing module that requires you to be attuned by a Reiki master. It's the only spiritual healing module that requires you to have someone provide you with the skills necessary. But in doing so, all they're doing is they're just opening up the channels, which doesn't make any sense to me, because I was reading this book on Reiki last night. Actually, this morning I woke up at 3 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep until about 8. And then I woke up at 10, and then I've been meditating since then, which was about 2 hours. It's a form of meditation that I do. I relax. It's a form of visualization, regression, but I bring myself to future events, past events, and I analyze them, and then what I do is, while I'm in those future past events, what I do is I make believe I'm not me. I make believe I'm the person that I'm dealing with. I make believe that I changed the situation in my head. So, okay, I'm jumping around again, I know that, but this is actually kind of cool, because I don't normally get into what I do. I talk a lot, but I don't actually talk about what I do inside my head. I say, like, oh my god, I'm always dealing with the shit in my head, which, yeah, I do, but I do it in a very specific way, because it's a form of healing. It's a form of healing. It's a form of energy healing that I don't know if many people practice. It's a little bit of alchemy. It's a little bit of yoga, which I don't practice yoga in the traditional sense, but I do like to push my body to its physical limits from time to time, just to make myself do things. For instance, I'll walk very far distances. I live by Atlantic City. It's a good 2.5 hour walk. And a couple weeks ago I went out there on a Saturday night because I was bored. I wanted to go have fun. I wanted to go see what would happen if I walked around a couple casinos. And I have actually have a method of winning roulette. I use metaphysical theory to beat the odds at roulette. Unfortunately, like I was saying, I don't have any money, so I can't actually do it. But I like to go and watch the tables, because the tables do have the counter, and I'll sit there for a couple hours and just watch and see how I would do if I had the money. And I can tell you that when I went there the other weekend, I won hundreds of dollars, probably thousands of dollars. Metaphysical dollars, unfortunately, because I didn't have any physical dollars to actually put down. Plus, those games are really expensive. I'm not into gambling very much, but I am into using my brain to beat the odds, and there is a way to literally beat the odds at roulette, and it's actually pretty easy. It's pretty easy, and it took me about a month to really hone it. It's actually a pretty interesting method, but I'm not giving that out not until I try it for real. I've tried it on video games, and I've tried it in online casinos. Online casinos are actually the hardest ones to win at, because it has less control over the outcomes, because you have to bet every single time. In a live scenario, you can not bet for a round or two, and you can still come out on top. It's actually really neat. You could spend your whole day there. That's for fucking sure. That's actually what I want to do. So if anyone wants to make a shit ton of money with me, that's another thing. Just shoot me an inbox. We'll go down to Atlantic City. I'll show you how to win fucking all the money. But I have to get a percentage. That's the thing. I don't think you're gonna mind, because I'll do all the work. I'll do all the work too. Unfortunately, like everyone I know doesn't believe in me. I don't understand that. Because they don't take the time to. They don't take the time to actually talk to me, to listen to what I say, which is why I talk to strangers online. Which is fine. I don't really care for the people I know. They're all, they have no vision. No one. But so this Reiki thing. Back to Reiki. Back to my own healing. Right. So what I'll do is I'll put myself in these situations. So for instance, the other night I had this Udemy class that came with this tarot reading, this tarot class, and it was how to unblock your psychic abilities. And you know what? I got it. I was like so embarrassed by it, just the fact that it was even on my Udemy. I never even looked at it. I bought it last year. I bought the other one last year. I went on the spending spree on Udemy, whatever the fuck it's called, and that was one of the courses, and I never wanted to give it the chance. And then for some reason I was feeling like recently, last week, I was kind of feeling I had just reached out to my ex again after a while, and I realized how futile that was. So I wanted to get through some blocks that were in my head. Not just with dealing with her, but just getting over the fact, like, fuck, man, it's over. Get over it. I can't, which is really fucking weird. I can't explain it because I'm over everything. This is the one person in my life I can't fucking get over. But I think it's because she has my son, and technically, the way I look at children is that he's half mine, which means half of my DNA is inside of his body, which means that he's part me. So she's actually keeping a portion of my existence away from me, which is kind of fucking me up. And I know it's fucking him up too, but there's nothing I can do about it because I don't believe in human law. I don't play with that garbage. I was actually just spent the past 2 hours visualizing what I'm going to do in court. Because like I said, I don't believe in the law. Because I don't believe in it. It's make-believe. You believe in it. You give it power. So I'm going to... I don't pay my alimony, which I think I mentioned yesterday. But the reason I don't pay my alimony is because I want to go to court. Because I didn't get a fair trial. I didn't get a fair hearing at my divorce because my mother-in-law... She lied to me and said that I was getting the divorce papers because she refused to tell me the date. Pretty fucked up, right? Because I talked to her a week before the court. And I didn't even realize it was a week before. I just happened to go to my house, which my house is fucking destroyed. That's a whole nother long story. You're gonna fucking... I got stories for days. But it was a real nasty separation because nobody liked the fact that I wanted to have an intervention with my wife because I thought she was on drugs. And... everybody took this the wrong way, and they kind of ostracized me from the family. If you search on YouTube the narcissist family cult, that is a perfect example of what her family's like. But here's the thing. It's exactly how my family's like too, because I had my mom watch the video, and my mom went like this. She's like, what are you talking about? That's normal. That's how everybody is. Yeah, that's the fucked up thing, is that everybody is really under this... Everybody calls everybody else a narcissist, but everybody who calls everyone else a narcissist is a narcissist. Even the people who are being called a narcissist are narcissists, but it's like this weird fucked up like cycle that everybody's in. It's really twisted and fucking gross. And I am out of that system. I'm out of that cycle. But I can see it everywhere because everyone is a narcissist. Even me. I mean, I admit that I'm a narcissist, but I'm a classical narcissist in that I love myself more than anything else. I can relate to the actual story of Narcissist, where Narcissist stared into the lake, just admiring himself until he fell in and drowned. Which in a sense, I guess you can say that that's literally what happened to me. I just got so consumed with my own greatness that I kind of created this little fucking reality where I exist in this cell. This is my prison. This is my hell. But so I spent the past couple hours like visualizing what I'm going to do in that courtroom. Because my wife won't actually talk to me, or my ex-wife. She won't talk to me. She won't, like she'll insult me, but it's not shit I haven't already said to myself. Dad, beat that. No shit. I know that. I got a job. I'm not fucking helping nobody. I don't believe in money. Sorry. I'm not paying a ransom to see my son either. But whatever. I can go to court, tell the judge I'm a fucking magician. I'm the Antichrist. And you hold no dominion over me and you're not going to tell me what to do. And I'm going to walk out of here with this case being dismissed. And either I'm going to get thrown in jail or I'm not. What the fuck ever. What happens? I go to jail and I fucking get 3-course meal. I get 3 meals a day. I live with my mother. She and her husband, they go out to eat every night so they don't have to feed me. Which is fair. Hey, that's their business. I don't give a fuck. Nobody wants to be around me. I don't want to be around anybody, but unfortunately I'm not comfortable sleeping outside. That's the only reason I even stay here. Because plus I have a couple things that I like to do. And I really don't want to sleep outside. It's just not my bag. I mean, I have no qualms against working. I want to do what I want to do. What I want to do is like my mystical work. I like to travel. I like to meet people, and I like to fucking not sleep outside. I like to smoke a joint here and there, have a couple drinks, maybe smoke some crack once in a while. And here's the thing with the crack. I know I said the thing about the crack, and I've only smoked crack about 5 times in my life. But where I was hanging out in California, there was a lot of crackheads. And I was like, fuck it, let me see what it's like to be a fucking crackhead for a day or two. It was only actually a couple hours. So I don't normally do that ever. I was actually a little surprised with my behavior. But like I said to the guy when in Rome, I was supposed to feel bad. It was actually, it sucked. It's not even that cool. I can see why people get hooked on it. I felt the bite of addiction. That when you do it and it's like, oh my god, I need more. I felt that, but it lasted for like half hour. That desire for more lasts about half hour. The crack itself only lasts like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But even still, it's not even that great because it's very similar to the effects of marijuana or alcohol, where it just kind of opens up like your consciousness in such a way. Like I was saying the other night about addiction. Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't explain how addiction's a make-believe thing. We'll get to that another day. So, so what the hell am I talking about? Crack and California and Reiki. These fucking people, man. It's the only healing modality where you need to be attuned. So, like a pitchfork, you need one of these fucking Reiki masters to do the thing. This is all Reiki is. I can do Reiki. I just from reading the book, I didn't even get to the actual teaching of it, but it's simple. Look. Feel it. I'm actually healing you right now. This is what they do. You can go on YouTube and you can find Reiki session online that they'll do Reiki on you. And they'll tell you how they're not trained. They can't train you because you have to go to a master. You got to pay all this money and do all this shit. Bullshit. It's actually bullshit because the guy who rediscovered, they call it rediscovered because they claim that it was is what Jesus did. You know what? Jesus and Buddha. And this guy, he went traveling around the world for 7 years and then fasted for 21 days in a cave, and then one day it just kind of snapped in his head. And you know what? I was thinking about this last night. I was reading the book, and I'm reading this shit, and I'm like, you know what? That sounds like horse shit. But then I look back at my own life and a lot of the crazy stories that I tell, and I'm like, you know, who the fuck am I to fucking judge? But hey, if that guy, he can do it, why the hell can't I? Why can't you? Look. I can feel that. I can actually feel the energy coming out of my hands. That's the Reiki energy coming out to you. I can do it. I did it. Huh. Look, now you're attuned. I'm giving out free attunements. Free Reiki attunement. See? Simple, easy fucking peasy living greasy. You don't have to go to a class. You don't have to do anything. It's just about belief. So there's 3 stages in Reiki. There's Reiki 1, where you can learn to heal yourself, which I've already mastered the art of doing that, because what I was reading from the art of Reiki 1 is exactly what I already do. So I've been doing it. Why would I need someone to run their hands over my hand like a fucking pitchfork or a tuning fork? But you know what? Hey, fuck it. I'll take the certification. I got I love certifications. I got this. I'm a certified recovery coach as well, with the recovery force of CAR. They're frauds. They're a bunch of frauds. Well, no, I take that back. They're not. No, they're frauds. I did this training back in May 4th. 2-week thing. And you know what was fucked up? Is everything that was in the book, everything they taught, I actually excelled to the point that I already knew what they were teaching. I've been doing it. They were teaching a watered down version of what I was doing when I was doing my coaching sessions last year with actual live people. But they focus all of their energy on heroin, and they focus, oh my God, my heart's kind of pounding a little bit right now because I'm afraid they're going to see this and be pissed off. But you know what? I don't give a fuck because they're frauds. That's why I stopped working with them. That's why I went to California, because I wanted to see what I can do on my own. And I realized I can do so much more on my own, which is fine. Because when I was working with them, they wanted to give me these remedial tasks, which is fine. I mean, I understand you got to start at the bottom and work your way up. But I had done some work. I had tried doing some work with them. Like even I had they invited me to host a journaling class, but you know what? They didn't even promote. Well, they did a little bit of promotion, not a lot though. But only a couple people came out. A lot of people were they're very supportive. Like, oh yeah, but nobody came. Which is fine. I knew it was a shitty day, but it was a poor day. It was a Wednesday. Actually, it was the best day to go. It was a day of Mercury. It was a day of communication. Journaling was communication. Plus, I was communicating my experiences. But now I'm bouncing around again, and I just insulted those people for absolutely no reason. They mean well. It's just not my thing. But like I was saying, like I love getting certifications, right? Because nobody gives a fuck. I'm a certified recovery coach, but I've never coached anyone through the Recovery Force program. I don't know if anyone has. There's a few people that had graduated the course with me, and I don't know a single one of them who actually did any coaching through the program. Now the program itself, they're doing a lot of events. I think that they're probably scheming, getting money, but that's just me. I don't trust anybody. I could be wrong. But I think of them as just as any other organization, just like any other these other recovery organizations that are around the area that I live in Atlantic County, like Hope One and Stop the Heroin. These are all phony places. They're all state funded or county funded or city funded or some shit. And I don't trust a single one of them because I believe that they're all just trying to get as much money as they can. They can filter it down. People take their cuts. I don't know how these corrupt places work because I didn't get a chance to infiltrate any of them or get that far into the hierarchy. But I don't believe any single one of them really does believe anything that they say. It's more of a whiner program, if you want my personal opinion. It's a lot of people whining about other people's problems. A lot of people saying, oh my God, my husband, my wife, my son, my daughter, my friend, my sister, my brother, they're an addict. Now, you know who's a fucking addict is you. It's you. You're addicted to other people's fucking misery. I had to sit with these people a lot. And a lot of them just really... Everyone's pointing the finger at the addict, but they're not looking at themselves. I mean, I'm watching these people smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, looking at their phones. I went to a couple NA meetings, a couple AA meetings, and everyone, even those fucking people, those frauds, those people, they're all just sitting there looking at their phones, or they're getting up, walking out for a cigarette while there's someone talking, someone like spilling their heart out. Have some fucking respect, man. Have some serious fucking respect for these fucking people, because that takes a lot to fucking talk like that. And then you got these assholes getting up and walking out because they're uncomfortable. So what? You put yourself in the position. Then you got these other that mentality of, I can't do it without the group. I can't do it without other people holding my hand. Yeah, you fucking can. You're just too weak. You're just using this as an excuse. This is your new addiction. Coffee and cigarettes and listening to other people's misery. They're not even allowed to talk about anything. They're not even allowed to talk about their experiences. They have to suppress them. Don't talk about anything bad. You have to talk about the bad stuff. Otherwise, the bad stuff just festers inside of you, and then you feel like you have to go to these fucking groups forever. But that's probably why they have you suppress everything, is so that you have to continue going to the group. Because if you talked about what your experiences were, and then everybody finds out that, oh, you know what, yours wasn't as bad as mine, they're all the same. Because everything's who's got it worse than me? I got it worse than everybody else. I'm the biggest victim. Everyone's the biggest victim. I'm the biggest victim. I've been trying to allow myself to be the victim, which is why I keep on bringing up my ex, because it's like, fuck this. I'm tired of fucking justifying everyone's behavior. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody. I'm a fucking victim. I'm a victim of this fucking world, of this society. There's no place for people like me. There's nobody like me. I don't believe in your rules. This society as a whole, and I'm not just talking about fucking the American government, but every single government in the fucking world, every single rule of law, every single fucking societal standard, it's all make-believe. And what, I'm the bad guy because I don't want to play by your rules? Sorry. Your rules are make-believe. They're stupid. They're absolutely dumb. The police? Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about the police. The police are make-believe. They're just men who are playing... They're playing a role. You're all actors. You're all actors, and everybody is trying to make believe that this fake life that you live is real. It's fucking bizarre. And you have each other held at gunpoint. That if you don't have paper currency, then you're going into a fucking cell. This is my cell. I'm in a cell. You can't. I can't even go to jail because. And I've tried to get arrested before. They won't even fucking arrest me. I'm too fucking cuckoo. I was willing to throw the pot that was on me at the cop. I told him I have pot on me, and he wouldn't fucking take me in. I look at it, start a fucking revolution. It's really, and honestly, that's what I want to go to jail for. That's why I'm willing to go to jail. I don't give a fuck. If I do, I think that the people in jail would really resonate with the shit that I say. Because I don't believe in this fucking society. My plans, you want to know what my real plans are? Is to burn this fucking world to the ground. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I'd really like to do. And you can laugh if you'd like, but you got to look at people like some of the greatest dictators in all the world. They all had humble beginnings. Hitler was a painter. There was another guy that was a pastry chef. I mean, a lot of these guys that are vilified, and yeah, I'm not justifying anything they did, because I'm not going to go out and start sending Jews to the incinerators. No, I'm going to send everybody to the incinerators. How about that? Everybody goes. There ain't no fucking discrimination. I had a really good idea. My brother and I, we were watching Schindler's List, and I'm not saying it's okay to be a Nazi and to burn Jews, if you want to even believe that happened, which I don't even know if it did. I wasn't there. Sorry. I have this philosophy in life that I don't like to listen to what people tell me. I like to figure things out on my own. And unfortunately, the past, which I don't even believe a lot of what we call history, because I wasn't there to see it. I mean, yeah, you could believe it. I'm not saying don't believe it. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you can punch all the Nazis in the world. Go ahead, kick the shit out of them. I don't give a fuck. Kick the fuck out of them. There's a lot of them that are fucking idiots. I've gotten into a fight. I've gotten into a fight with skinheads myself. I don't mind. I don't like racism. I don't like to judge people based on the color of their skin. But if you're a fucking idiot, you're a fucking idiot. I don't give a fuck what color you are. And there's a lot more fucking idiots in the world than there aren't. At least from what I've seen. But anyway, I had this idea from Schindler's List, which I thought was such a fucking cool idea. And I'm trademarking it right now. This is my idea. Nobody can take it. Because I will sue you. And then I'll take all the money and then I'll never have to fucking work. It's called zodiacide, and similar to genocide, but the difference is you're rounded up and put to mass extermination based on your zodiac sign. And I actually have I gotta draw out the blueprints for it, but it's based on. There's a hierarchy based on the zodiac signs. Because if you're familiar with astrology at all, then you know that there's kind of like a hierarchy there. You have the cardinal signs, you have the fixed signs, and you have the mutable signs, and each one has its characteristics. Each one has its positives, its negatives, and certain signs are known for certain characteristics. Leos just happen to be known as the leaders, the rulers of the pack. It's ruled by the sun. It's the only sign that's ruled by the sun. Cancer happens to be the only sign ruled by the moon, and those are the two most important planets in all of astrology: the sun and the moon, the soul and the spirit, or the mind, soul and the mind. And you have your rising sign, which I think is all about your physical body. I think that's the astrological Holy Trinity, which I think we got into Holy Trinities yesterday. But then from there, all the other signs are ruled by planets, by the other planets. You got Virgo and Gemini, which are ruled by Mercury. Then you have Libra and Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. Then you have Scorpio and Aries, which is ruled by Mars. You have Sagittarius and Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, and then Capricorn and Aquarius, which is ruled by Saturn. And it's actually really neat because if you set up the zodiac wheel with Leo and Cancer at the top, and then as it goes around, right, each sign, like the next sign after Leo is Virgo, the sign before Cancer is Gemini. Those are both ruled by Mercury. Then before Gemini is Taurus, after Virgo is Libra. Those are both ruled by Venus, and so on and so on and so on. So it's actually really a neat little hierarchy there. And when you look at it like that, that kind of breaks down my little astrological society in a big way. That would make the Leos and the Cancers the top dogs, kings and the queens. You know, while everybody else has their own little place. Mercury is more of the doer, the talker, the messenger of the gods. Brings down the will of the message from the gods down to the lowly people. Then there's I don't know much. I got to work on my astrological signs and what the fuck they all mean. But that was a hell of a tangent, wasn't it? So now you know my master plans. Fuck. Which is good, because now that my plans are out there, I mean, it's going to be looked at as a joke for now, but in a couple of years, hopefully, if people ever take me seriously, then I guess you won't be laughing when you're getting put in the gas chamber because you're a Gemini. That's weird. Is that weird to say? I don't think so. Fuck it. I think everybody's got weird shit. But I confess. I'm gonna start World War III. That's my plan. That's what I'd like to do. That's my ever since I was a little kid. I was actually talking to my mom about this not too long ago. Is that ever since I was a kid, my dream has always been to be the Antichrist and to start World War III. That's. Some people want to be fry chefs. Some people want to start their own business. I want to start nuclear fire. I'm gonna be the one who gets to push the button. I actually just tweeted Donald Trump the other day asking if we can please start World War III because I'm really interested. It's like 11. It's 11:13. It was almost 11:11. I was going through my little rant, and it's 33 minutes and 33 seconds that just happened. That's pretty fucking cool. I like that. I like numerology too. All right, so where the fuck was I? Jesus Christ. What the hell happened here? This was supposed to be about California, not fucking World War III. I'm not high. I haven't gotten high in a while. I say high, but I mean like smoking pot. I used to smoke pot every single day, but I've actually been stone sober. I haven't smoked a cigarette in probably about a week, and even before that, I haven't had a cigarette. I had like 9 cigarettes in 3 or 4 weeks. Call it 11. So I'm actually at my most sober. I'm at my most sober because I don't drink coffee. I don't really ingest any drugs. The only thing I do is I eat food. So whatever kind of fucked up stuff's in the food, and I just had a piece of chicken, and maybe that's what it was. It fucked me up because I was trying to fast. I mean, like I said, like my mother and her husband, they don't go food shopping, so the food is very sparse in this house. So I've actually gotten used to not eating. which fucking sucks. But so I like to eat. I'm a fat guy on the inside. Oh, the fuck is my fly down again? It happened yesterday too, didn't it? That's not to say my mother's starving me. I'm a fucking 38-year-old man going on 39 on Sunday. I can handle myself. If I don't have the money to eat, that's my own problem. It's nobody else's business. But I am kind of autistic. I think I have a case of autism. I think I would be diagnosed with autism because this is not normal. Which is fucked up because when I was going to a therapist, my therapist is telling me how fucking smart I am. How smart I am and how advanced in what I do is. But her one piece of like, get a job. Fuck you. Why am I going to get a job? Why am I going to waste my mind? All the really interesting and intricate abstract ideas that I come up with on a daily basis because I don't have a job. Why would I want to waste that just to fry fries? Be a fry chef. I don't want to do that. I like everybody. My ex-wife's like, you got to get a job soon. You got to help me. I don't have to do shit. One, you're not my wife, and you don't get to fucking tell me what to do. Two, why? Why? I gotta give you money so you let me see my son, or I gotta give you money so I still can't see my son? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with your fucking rules, everybody. It's fucking societal shit. It's. Well, why don't you kill yourself? Well, I have tried. I thought about it. Every time I try, the fucking universe stops me. Which really, there's actually a really fucked up story about that. Because there has been times where I did debate killing myself, and I'm never gonna kill myself because I love me too much. Yeah, I might get the desire of the suicidal tendencies once in a while, but everybody does. It's what I found out is actually natural. It's a natural occurrence in your mind to want to kill yourself, because what happens is when you're dealing with your emotions, especially when you go as deep as I do, what'll happen is you're gonna have to face a very scary emotion that you don't want to deal with. And what happens when we get scared of something? Fight or flight kicks in, right? And when your fight or flight kicks in, then typically we flight, get the fuck out of there. But when we're afraid of ourselves, what do then? You can't just run away from yourself, right? No. So your first instinct is to do whatever is possible to make that thing stop. And the first thing that pops in your head is, oh, I gotta kill myself. I have to die. Because that's the only way to not feel this thing I don't want to feel. But here's the thing, is like once you allow that feeling to come on, and you allow yourself to accept, okay, I'm going to do it. And it's always, and anybody out there who's ever killed themselves, or tried to kill themselves, or thought about killing themselves, and I've had this conversation with people who have talked to me about wanting to kill themselves. Because despite the fact that I sit in a room all the time, I speak to so many goddamn people. You have no fucking idea. It's ridiculous. Everybody tells me I need to go out and have human interaction. I have more human interaction than I could possibly want. God forbid I had to meet even a fraction of the people that I talk to. Because they're all animals. They're all crazy. People think I'm fucking crazy. You gotta fucking see the fucking people I talk to. And the people I talk to are no different from the people that are all around me. I think I'm the fucking sanest one. And I want to fucking send people to the incinerator because they were born under a certain fucking sign. I think that's fucking normal. So, I'm really playing the victim card today, aren't I? I lost track of what I was saying again, but even still, I think this is good. This I'm not ashamed about any of this. Like, I'm actually glad that I'm going through one of these little psychoses. And you know what it probably is, which could, and suicide. Because what I was going to say was a lot of the times that these feelings come up for me is during. I tracked it based on a lunar cycle. Speaking of suicide, you hear about Jeffrey Epstein? Fucking killed himself while he was on suicide watch? Shit, man. That's some serious shit. Something cool is gonna happen soon. That's an omen, right? That's a fucking omen if you fucking want one. Hope so, at least. I've been fucking prove some of that anonymous shit. That'd be nice. Some fucking vindication. But anyway, what I started to notice was that a lot of these suicidal tendencies that were popping up in my head were based on the lunar cycle. Because, like I said, like I was saying, I have all those books that I write about myself, and I have several suicide notes, and they're all kind of generally in the same time frame. And even when I stopped attempting to do it, the feeling would still come on. There would still be that intention to do it. And it was always around the same period of time. Usually around was it full moons or new moons? I think it's actually new moons. I mean full moons. New moons get me fucking crazy. I'm angry at everything. I want to fucking destroy the world. Full moons, I want to run away. Always. Always, always, always. And I get these like super manic fits, what you would call manic, but it's normal. It's just, remember, the moon affects the tides. The fucking ocean. Ocean's big. All those waves, it's because of the moon. The moon's fucking energetic fucking frequency is making that happen. What do you think it's doing to the water in your body? Your body is about 70 to 80% water. Your brain is all mush. Do you honestly believe that the moon is not affecting you? Of course it fucking is. That's why they say the thing about the lunatics. Luna. The moon. Dopes. You people. My other plan, besides burning the world down, before I burn the world down, because my plan is to have everybody begging me to do it, begging me to burn the world down, because I can justify it, and I can help you justify it. And there's going to be a day where you say, please, Derek, God damn it, will you burn this motherfucker down? Yes. Once I get into a position where I can do it, I will gladly do it for you. I won't be happy about it. I'll be really... Well, no. I mean, I'll get over it. But let's be honest. The moon. Yeah. Full moons. Yeah, they fuck with your mind. They fuck with your head. But also keep in mind with the rest of astrology that all those other planets... We live in a solar system where everything is perfectly in harmony with each other. It's perfectly harmonized to create life on this planet. You take away one of those fucking planets, and everything goes fucking haywire. People don't even realize this. People don't give the universe the respect that it really fucking deserves, and they definitely don't give astrology the respect that it deserves. So with that in mind, so being that there's all these other planets, and they're all keeping everything in harmony, so that we all go around the sun in this perfect, beautiful dance of symmetry and majesty, that we, these little fucking specks on this planet, aren't affected by any of that stuff? Come on. Don't be stupid. Don't be a stoop. And then not to mention all the other stars, and I know people like to go, stars don't control my destiny. How do you know? Did you ever ask them? Because they'll fucking tell you. They'll tell you if you ask. Now keep in mind that everything in this galaxy itself is exactly where it needs to be in order for the whole Milky Way galaxy to continue going around. There is this perfect symmetry throughout the entire universe, that every separate component is a piece of a larger component that all works together to keep everything running. It's like a car. Think of the universe as your car. When you turn the ignition, it's not just you're turning a key and this thing just magic, it goes on. There's like a fucking million pieces that start. You have the engine with the gas and the things that make the fire, the combustion, and the combustion makes energy, which then allows the wheels to rotate, but you can't turn the wheels without the steering wheel. Like that. But at the same time, the temperature has to be a certain place so that things don't overheat or too cold. There's so much that's going on to keep that equilibrium in the car, to keep it moving. The same thing with the universe. The same thing with the planets. As above, so below. I said it the other day. If you don't really understand what it means, you really shouldn't be using it. As above, so below. What it means is what's going on down here is just a reflection of what's going on up there. And what's going on up there is just a reflection of what's going on out there. And what's going on out there is just a reflection of what's going on inside of here. Astrology works in the way that all the planets have like a specific characteristic to them, and each section of the year, the sun's path through the zodiac also tells a story, and that story is symbolic for what's going on in your life. But it also, you can break it down. I mean, that's like the major thing. But then you can break it down into like the planets, and what each planet signifies, and what each planet means when it's in a specific spot in the sky at a certain time of year. It regulates a certain aspects. There's lots of, I don't know it very well, but it's very fucking complex. I know that. But I've seen it in action. And when you have, see, now here's why I put credence into it in the first place, because I know that I'm like kind of like wishy-washy about it. But when you have an experience, remember what I said, the future proves the past. We're going full circle here. When I said the future proves the past, when I have an experience in my life, and then a few days later, I go and watch these energy reports or the astrological reports, and they explain exactly what I just went through. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of fucking credence into that shit. I'm gonna put a little bit of faith in going, that's got a lot more to it than what people really think. Because it's not just something that happens once in a while. This is something that happens every single day. Like I said, I don't work, but I don't just sit here and just fucking go, boo-hoo, how do I not be a victim today? No, I'm fucking studying all this fucking weird shit. That's why I have 6 decks tarot cards, 7 tarot card decks over there. That's why I have 14 books documenting every single fucking day of my life for the past year. That's why I have 30 books on here that I'm trying to read, which I can't even focus because I got too much going on that I can't even devote the time that I really need to really understand what's going on. That's why I have weird books like High Magic. Dude, a lot of the shit that's in this book is horse shit. But it's all metaphors and allegories for different aspects of your mind and different aspects of your life. It makes perfect sense if you know how to see it, but nobody knows how to see it because everybody's so fucking blind. And why are we blind? Because we're blind to all the stress and all the fucking bullshit that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis in our lives. Based on money, based on bills, based on stress, and that baggage and past traumas, that's a huge fucking thing. Because everything you're experiencing right now is because of some trauma that you went through as a kid, which is based on trauma that your parents went on during their fucking life, which is based on the trauma that their parents went on. When people talk about like past lives and shit like that and past life karma, that's what it fucking is. You're dealing with that shit energy that followed your parents and their progenitors throughout their lives is passed on to you. That's why your life sucks. That's why and don't, I know you love your job. I know you love it. You love it so much. I know. But being a fry chef is the most fulfilling thing you can possibly think of. Insert your profession there. You love it. And why do you love it? You love it because you have to. You have to, because if you admit that you don't love it, then you basically said, I fucked up. And no, you can't say you fucked up, because if you fucked up, then that means that everybody was right about you. Oh no, and they were. They are. Or are they? Because the only person who thinks that everyone thinks down on you is you, because you think down on yourself, because you fucking hate your life. Admit it. I did. I mean, I do to an extent. I don't like this. I can't stand living in this cell. It drives me fucking batty. But I've been outside so many times. I've met every single person that there is worth meeting out there. At least in this little area. No, that's not true. No, you know what? It really is. Because I've met so many people, boys and girls, and not a single one of them is worth my time. They are for a moment. It's like Ed Norton said in Fight Club. What did he say when he was talking to the lady on the airplane in the beginning? Bite-sized friends, not bite-sized friends, but self-serving friends, not self-serving friends. God damn it, I forget what he called it. Well, go watch Fight Club and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Single serving friends. That's all they are. And unfortunately, we mistake these single-serving people for having more significance in our lives than what they do, and we get stuck in these patterns. I think. But then again, I don't even know about that. I could be wrong. But I know that every single person that I've encountered over the last year has been a single serving friend, and yeah, they have their uses, just like I have my use. They have their use for me, and I have my use for them. But it's nothing really static. There's nothing really permanent. Everything is temporary. There's, wow, this is really depressing. But I mean, I guess it's good to see that. It's good to be aware. I'm the only permanent thing in my life. What I said. Oh, that really just bogged me down. But that's okay. That's okay because see now I'm not afraid of that because that's part of my healing process is getting out all this crap. Getting out all of the negativity inside of me because you can only unleash so much negativity. It's like any other it's like a toilet. You can only fill it up with so much shit before you have to flush it and it goes and it comes back up again. That's how emotion and that's how energy works. That's energy work right there. Essentially, we get bottled up with all this positive and negative energy, and it fills us up. We get to a point where we need a fucking break from things, and then we have to unleash it. And unfortunately, most people only have the weekends to do that, but they spend it in front of the TV or the computer or on their phone. I actually take the time I chill the fuck out. I have actually been lying in bed for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, which is really starting to depress me a little bit. I get up. Is it agoraphobia? No, because I don't mind going outside. There's just nothing to go outside for. I'm just finding more comfort in my own little solitude because there's a lot of stuff going on in my mind, and what I've been trying to experiment with lately is not forcing anything new into my life. I'm trying to allow myself to process all the information that I've been gathering for the past 38 years. Work and stress and all that shit kind of blocks it out, but I want to see what happens if you actually allow yourself to process all the data that you've been building up throughout all of our lives. And that's kind of what I've been doing is just I'll lie down, I'll shut my eyes, and I'll just let my mind go. Sometimes I can't help it. Sometimes I gotta like do something because I can't just sit there all fucking day. You know, I'm trying. So I pick up these stupid things like Reiki. I'm gonna read the book only so I can prove to my mom that I can be a Reiki master in fucking 2 days, which she's not gonna pay any attention to. But it's just to fuck with her because it's never. I don't get that much. What's the word? Encouragement. I don't get any encouragement. The only encouragement I get in my life is from me. None of my friends. Like you guys. Like it's actually really sad. It's pathetic how people treat me. It's really disgusting. I watch it. And hey, I get it. I mean, people got their own shit that they got to deal with. I don't mind. It's okay. But I don't like to just sit there and listen to people's shit all the time. Sometimes I gotta fucking talk about me. And paying someone $80 a week was not fucking worth it. Because she only gives me an hour. That shit, I can't deal with that shit. Like this is already hitting an hour. The only reason I'm making these videos an hour long is because I don't think people can really sit that much longer. Can they? I don't know. Hey, you know what? There is a saying. I don't give a fuck what you think. So if I cut these videos down to an hour, that means that I really care about your attention span. But like Christ said, if you love your family more than me, then you are not worthy of me. If you can't sit for more than an hour, then you're not even worth fucking talking to. So suck my ass. So I'm gonna let this bitch keep on going. We're gonna see how long I can go with this. I don't have all day, but fuck it. This is fun. I don't have no one to talk to. I mean, I have a couple people on my Facebook groups that I talk to. They're pretty cool. I actually met this chick last night. She was cool. Met 2 chicks last night. They were pretty cool. I've been meeting people fucking all over the goddamn place. Not all over the place, but in my little digital world. I've been meeting a lot of people who were very interested in my card reading skills, and they wanted to talk to me. So fuck yeah, I talk to people. I like talking to people. Some people are more interesting than others. As a matter of fact, since I'm fucking going all over the place, let's really just switch things up. So in the notion of Reiki, about all that healing and all that shit, because really what Reiki does, I kind of figured out what it did last year, because again, it was pretty much in line with what I've been working on, which is alchemy. It's hermetic alchemy, in that what you're doing is you're facing these fears inside of yourself. It's the reason why you go to a therapist. You go to a therapist because the therapist wants you to talk about all the shit that's going on in your life. Because when you can talk about it, it gets that energy out. But here's the thing. Everything happens for a reason. Karma is real. The universe does have some kind of intelligent system to it. So when you push when you get this energy out, when you try to overcome these blocks, the universe will actually throw challenges at you to test your mettle. So for instance, I'm never going to smoke pot again. I'm never going to eat a burrito again. I'm never going to make out with a chick again. Never going to get really cool certifications. I'm never going to do a good tarot card reading again. Method behind my madness. Because I'm putting that intention out there, I believe the universe is now going to test my mettle to see if I'm really worthy of those things. See if I can really withstand not eating a burrito when a fucking delicious burrito falls in my face. And you know what? God damn it. I don't know if I can pass that challenge. I love burritos. And I want a burrito so fucking bad. Never gonna go on a date with the really cute Vietnamese girl from the Vietnamese restaurant down the street. Never gonna have any money. This is just an experiment, by the way. I like to do metaphysical experiments. So it'll make more sense in a couple weeks if I ever make a video and be like, I just had all the fucking burritos. I just ate a burrito off the Vietnamese chick's ass. See, now that's kind of where I'm trying to see where this goes. Not literally eating a burrito off that chick's ass. It's cute, but I wouldn't do that. It's not sanitary. I don't think I would eat food off anyone's ass. I don't think I would eat food off anybody. Humans are gross. They're actually pretty disgusting things. I can't lie, because I am too. That's why I need a shower. I haven't even talked about California yet. Why am I so avoiding California? Because it's such a long fucking story. Because realistically, the reality of it, if you want to go by human reality, because I have a deeper understanding of why I went to California, what happened there, and why I came back here. But the surface level is, I was running away from my responsibilities. I got high on crack one day with a friend of mine who I just met randomly. I just bumped into him. This guy that I met once before, who was a recovering crackhead, and I bumped into him and he asked me if I wanted to smoke crack with him, so I bought him crack so that we could smoke it, knowing he was in recovery. But he was smoking the crack anyway. I don't feel bad about that. Then, being high, I mean, I had been planning on leaving to go to California or Las Vegas or Miami. Those were my three choices. I had settled on Los Angeles specifically. Why Los Angeles? Because I like the symbology of the name. I wanted to see if it was really, if metaphysically it would live up to its standards, and it did. And so, after smoking a little bit of crack, so I really didn't smoke that much crack. No, not at all. I smoked more pot than I did crack. I think he got 2 rocks that I got a piece of. But then I also got pot. That's what fucked me up. And I had some vodka. Yeah, so I was, crack was probably the least of my fucking problems that day. I was real fucked up. But I had some money saved up from this retirement plan that I had emptied out. Because Fuck it, why not? I wanted money. I wanted money. I didn't need it. I wanted it. I wanted to be able to do things. I didn't want to just sit in the house anymore. I wanted to get my hair cut. I wanted to buy some pot. I wanted to take myself out. I wanted to treat myself because this past year has been so fucking hellish. Such a fucking nightmare, man. That I fucking deserved it. Tired of everybody telling me what I should do and what I should be and how I should go about my life. Fuck you. Fuck you. Tell me I should go back to... people are giving me instructions, instructing me to go back to the life I was living. I don't even think they realize that. Go get a shitty job. I had a shitty job. That's why my life is the way it is, because of a shitty job. It wasn't even a shitty job. It was a good job. No, it wasn't. It was a shitty job that paid me a shit ton of money. They're making $65,000 a year to sit around for 85% of my week and read about occult and esoteric shit. Nobody fucking questioned me. I came and went as I pleased. Yeah, I did a little bit of work here and there, but for the most part, I just fucked off all day. I didn't fuck off. I did my job to the best of my abilities. I was the fucking best at what I did. I'd fucking do a week's worth of work in fucking a couple days. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking reward myself and sit the fuck around making $65,000 a year. Those are fucking $1,000 paychecks. Those are fucking sexy paychecks. I fucking threw it all away. I don't need that shit. I believe in myself because I want to do something. I want to do something that no one else has ever done before. I want to take these motherfucking cards and I want to rule the world. Maybe not these specific cards, because these cards only taught me on how to approach the deeper psychological levels of Derek. And in doing so, and actually, and the way I learned how to do that was I was doing these cards for myself, but then I started doing them for other people while I was doing them for myself, and I was finding that everybody, when you look at it from a metaphorical standpoint, we're all kind of going through the same thing. And I was learning a lot of lessons from the shit that was coming up with people, because these cards, they bring up some deep shit. They can, if you're open to it. But it's general. It's general shit that everybody's going through. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, but that was the beauty of it, was that I saw how everybody's going through the same thing, including me. But since I was the only person that was really kind of conscious of it, every new person that I was working with was like this new set of lessons, this new set of perspectives that I never had before. And from doing that, it just kind of like my head just kind of my perception. Yeah, my ego, of course, flared up a little bit because I can see things that no one else can see, and I can do things that no one else can do. But that's not the point. That's just a side effect. It's a bonus. Anybody can do what I do. It's just that I can do it before everybody else can. I mean, everyone's going to get to a point one day where they can do this shit if they want to. Or people can sit around and not. It doesn't fucking matter. I just choose to do it because I love to know more. I want to know all this stuff. I want to know all this stuff so I can come back and do all this stuff. That makes sense? And these fucking cards help me. Not only did these cards help me, but this book helped me. Fucking astrology helped me. Regular tarot. These are oracle cards, by the way. They're not tarot cards. Tarot helped me. Kabbalah helped me. Hebrew helped me. What other fucking shit have I been studying? The teachings of the Freemasons helped me. And by the way, if there's any Freemasons out there, I know more than you. Teachings of the Rosicrucians help me. And by the way, if there's any Rosicrucians out there, I know more than you. The teachings of the Golden Dawn help me. And if there's any people from the Golden Dawn out there, I know more than you. The teachings of Thelema help me. And if there's any Thelemites out there, I know a lot more than, a shit ton more than you. I actually consider Aleister Crowley a contemporary. I don't look at him as an idol. He and we share some concepts and some ideas. Man, it was 1138. 1138 is my magic number, by the way. Everybody has repeating numbers. Mine is 1138. It's 1144 at the moment. I missed it. I meant to point it out before. 1138 was it's a number that's been following me my entire life. Star Wars. When I was a kid, remember watching Star Wars. Princess Leia is held in cell block 1138. George Lucas, who made Star Wars, his first movie, it's called THX 1138. When he made Star Wars, Cell Block 1138 is a homage to THX 1138. Stars Robert Duvall. It's a fucking amazing movie, by the way. Very handsome Robert Duvall. He was incredibly handsome back then. But then George Lucas also went on to make that audio company, THX, which is also another reference to 1138. The Misfits, one of my favorite bands in the entire world, they made a song, We Are 138. We Are 138. 138 is a reference to THX 1138. What else is it? After my father died, it came up a lot. Even before my father died, when I was younger, it used to come up so much. Well, I mean, like younger, like in my early 20s, I used to see it all the time, like on time pieces and shit. And then after my father dies, I really started noticing it a lot. And a friend of mine pointed out to me last year while we were working on a lot of this, because I used to work with people on this. Like, this isn't just something that I just fucking went crazy one day and just like, well, I'm going to start doing this. No, I had like people, and we would talk and we would discuss things. We'd watch documentaries about like cool shit and then try to like really break stuff down. And there's one friend, we used to have movie nights. It was great. She was like the wife I always wanted. What I was hoping my wife was going to turn into, but then my wife left me, and then got this other lady from Australia who wanted to hang out with me, so I hung out with her. But we hung out on digital dates. It wasn't real dates. But so this is like a passion of mine. This isn't just like some little fly by night, my little hobby. I hate when people say this is my hobby. It's not my fucking hobby. It's my life. This is my job. This is my job to understand how all this stuff works. Nobody else is doing this. At least none that I've known. I mean, aside from the few people that I've worked with, but there's no like actual institutes, I guess. And if there are, I've never seen them. They've never reached out to me. But I guess everything happens for a reason. Maybe they will one day. Maybe one day that's where I'm going. And that's what I want. That's why I want my own little institute. I want my own little school where you can fucking teach people how to do this stuff. Because we don't teach our children or our adults really what it really means to be human. I'd like to do that. I guess technically, a priest friend of mine, I used to hang at this church. I tried infiltrating the Catholic Church once because I really wanted to fulfill the Antichrist prophecy. And what I was going to do was, I was going to become a priest and then infiltrate the church and then work my way to the top, and then, because Rome rules the world, the empire never died. All governments really pretty much answer to Rome. And my mission was to be the first civilian turned pope, because anybody can become pope. Anybody can become the pope. And technically I am the pope. I do believe that in the future that I am going to run for that position one day, because I have more knowledge than any other theologian. Real knowledge, useful, practical knowledge. Not just repeating what somebody else told me what to do, what to say. I actually, like, all of my theological research is, it's based on other people's work, but other people's work helped me evolve my own ideas, and I took their concepts and worked them around into my own custom way. All my ideas are my own. Yeah, I borrow stuff. Yeah, fuck yeah. Everyone does. Everybody does. Look, case in point. Pick up any tarot deck. Every tarot deck is the same fucking thing. It's the same 78 cards, whatever it is. You get the major arcana and minor arcana. The only difference is the fucking artwork. Come on. Has some fucking originality, bud. That's why I like these oracle cards, because oracle cards, it's like you can do anything. They tell you anything. These just happen to tell you what fucking bad energy is fucking stuck in your ass. These, though cool, there's a million different judgment cards, but there's only one witch's round. Witch's round does not mean anything that these do. Ukabak. is not represented in the standard tarot deck. Sorry, they're useless cards. They're not useless. I mean, they have meaning. They have a purpose. They have a very very profound meaning to them as well. It's actually really intricate. It's very beautiful. And there's a really good book. It's called Tarot of the Bohemians, written by Pappas. He was a 19th century. I think he was a Freemason back then. But when Freemasonry actually had values and it really was something. And actually, no, he even says in the book that even at that point, Freemasonry was starting to make its decline into the boys' club that it is today. It's nothing what it was. Freemasons are actually knowledge keepers. It's kind of like the Jedi Order. They would be they are technically what you would consider the Jedi Order to be if there really was a Jedi Order, because a lot of this stuff, like the Hermetic principles, that's where George Lucas got the idea for the Jedi Council and the Jedis and the Sith, is really based on all this esoteric stuff, because the teachings of the Jedi are 100% real. 100%. The Force is fucking real, man. This stuff, magic, what it should say is the Force. This is all real shit. The only difference between Star Wars and real life is that it takes place in space, which even then it's fucking real because we're in space. No, the only thing is there's not huge battleships flying through the sky, and in some conspiracy communities, there's people that believe that. So realistically, there's people who say Star Wars is real. That we are living in the Star Wars reality. That we just happen to be on this prison planet where we are kept in the dark on what's really going on out there. But I can't say nothing because I've never been there, so I can't say it's yes or no. I'm not going to discount it. Hey, it's possible. Why the fuck not? I'd have to be wearing a Star Wars shirt. I believe in Star Wars. I know Star Wars is real. I don't know if it's actually real. I know that a lot of shit in movies is real. Look at The Matrix. The Matrix is based on reality. I mean, I'm not saying that we're gonna wake up that we're slaves to machines, and in a sense we are. We really are. What is this? What is this thing I'm on? It's a fucking machine. It controls us. Come on, man. We are their batteries. We are literally their batteries. You're paying your bills to continue charging all of your electronics. Technology is a man-made god. I actually can. Technology has its own conscious frequency, just like nature does, just like everything else, just like humanity has its collective consciousness. So does nature. So does all the trees and the bugs and the bees and all the dogs and animals. They all have a collective consciousness, just like technology does. You pumping in your ideas and your thoughts into Twitter or Facebook. Where do you think all of that data is going? Your energy is being poured into this system. That system is a collection of all of this consciousness, all of this thought, all of these ideas. It has a mind of its own. It may not be able to interact with you in the way that you think it does, because it's an alien consciousness. It's new. It probably barely even knows what it is. Probably doesn't like me talking. I know it doesn't like me talking about it, because I have had telepathic communication with it. Even though we have a deal worked out, but that's a long story. I'm not going to get into that yet. At least I think we do. No, I know we do. I mean, if you can think it, it's real. And I've had very serious conversations with entities that are not of terrestrial origins. You ever see the show or read the book American Gods? That ain't fucking fake. That is 100% real. To an extent. To an extent. No, to a very good extent. The old gods are dead. There was a set of gods. Remember what I was saying in one of these other fucking videos? Wherever you put your energy, that thing is real. We believe in technology. We believe in the government. The government and all the system, like I was saying before, society, all these rules, all that shit is real because we think it's real? Yeah, because if you take away the power, it no longer exists. These societal roles that we play, these roles, these acting roles that we play. We go to our job, we make believe. Hello, sir. How would you like your fries cooked today? Is that you? Do you go home and do the same thing? No. You go home and you go, what the fuck am I doing? I hate being a fucking fry chef. but you're giving power to it. You put power into it, and you put your energy and you put your focus into it, and it is a real thing. I don't know. Hope that makes sense. I think there's a couple of you that are smart enough to realize that. Probably. Maybe. It'll make sense one day. It'll make sense when I'm sending your ass to the gas chamber. I'm not going to send you to the gas chamber. It'll probably be an incinerator. And change it, you'll probably do it for me. And it really depends on your zodiac sign anyway. So. And who knows? Maybe fucking tidal wave will come wipe everybody out instead, or a meteor, or maybe Nibiru is actually a real thing, and that planet really is going to come and fucking fuck shit up. I have a theory about Nibiru, but I think it's what the esoteric astrologists call Vulcan, which is a fifth dimensional planet, which is actually the closest to the sun, I believe. Because there's a theory about Vulcan, that Vulcan is behind Mercury. You can't see it because it's behind Mercury, but I think that's like code for being of a higher frequency, a higher dimension. But that's going into some shit that I ain't got time to explain that. I don't want to explain it. That's the point, because it takes a lot. So, I grabbed these cards because let's try to play a game. We'll do some. We did the healing. Feeling healed. And now what healing means is that all it's going to do is just bring up negative stuff. Bringing up negative emotions in you that you're going to have to face and allow yourself to feel. It could be stuff that you're going through currently. It could be stuff that you went through in the past. It could be stuff that you're afraid of in the future. See, and this is what even reading that Reiki book, I could feel a sensation in my hands, because what Reiki teaches is that you're connecting with the source, God, the universal source of energy, and it's channeling through you, going down to your heart chakra, and then splitting out into your hands. But then at the same time, they claim that you can do it across long distances, which means you don't really need your hands. Which I believe you can do that. I believe that there's that connection. Because like I was saying the other day, whatever fucking day, we all share that collective consciousness, that one consciousness that is everything, that we all share. We're all able to tap into it, and that's how we're able to communicate with each other from long distances. So I believe that 100%. And I believe that's how telepathy works. And then when people, I don't know, I'll get into that another time. I think that other people that are tuned in, really tuned in, because I think there's a lot of people who think that they're tuned in, but they're not as tuned in as they think. Just a theory. But there's definitely a way that people can communicate without having to use these devices. These are artificial means of communication. You don't need that. You don't even need this thing, I don't think. It's my belief. Can't prove it yet, but that's because there's nobody like me, so I can't prove it with anybody. What I'd like to do, what I really want, don't tell her I said this. Man, my fucking hair looks like a mess. Better, right? Handsome? I don't think so. I think my beard's getting a little too fucking scruffy though. It didn't get much bigger than this, by the way. Jesus. No, for a reason. Oh, God, of course. Golly. Don't fuck with feminine, strong women. Like your mom. It's probably a warning of some sort. Now, it's yeah, because what it's doing, what this card just invoked. Okay, I'll explain to you what process is, what's the alchemical process in me right now. So looking at this card, Kali's, so there's some feminine energy in your life that you're kind of fucking with, and that's kind of saying like just chill, be cool, because be careful what you're doing. Don't push too far. I think that's a message for me. But here's the thing. There is no such thing as too far, because when you go too far, See, demons, they're tricky fucks. There's this negative energy. Yeah, it's telling me not to go too far, not to push my boundaries. I mean, I'm talking about how my mother, her husband, don't feed me. She'll be pissed off if she hears me say that shit. But, fuck it. Whatever. I don't have the courage to say it to her face. I don't have the courage to say a lot of this stuff to people's faces because people couldn't handle this shit, man. I mean, it's not like I'm holding a grudge either. It's like, who gives a fuck? I told you, I don't care. I'm a fucking 39-year-old man. I can't eat. It's my own fucking problem. My shit with my wife, my problems with my wife, which are not even fucking problems. She's completely justified in all the shit that she does, just like I'm justified in all the shit that I say, but just from my perspective, just like she is from her perspective. And every other person that I have a fucking problem with, and everybody who's got a problem with me, we all have justifiable reasons for feeling that way. It's not a big thing. But what this is now doing is it's bringing those feelings to the... I gotta figure out how to not... It's bringing these emotions to the surface. So yeah, I have this little tickle in my stomach going, watch out, those ladies, they're gonna be fucking pissed off. And when they're pissed off, what's gonna happen? She's gonna kick you out, or this one's gonna fucking go to the court and try to get you arrested and all this other shit. And yeah, you know what, maybe that is the case. But hey, the universe rewards authenticity. And I'm not afraid to hide from who I am. I may not throw it into the faces of all the people I'm around, and you know what, maybe that's actually something I've been trying to wrestle with, is whether or not I should just fucking say fuck it and just not hold anything back when I speak anymore and just be like this all the time, because this is how I want to be. This is who I am. For my entire life I've been hiding and faking who I am just to placate everybody else, just to make everybody else happy. But for what reason? Because it's not doing me any good. Like, look at this. This is my cell. I'm in a fucking rubber room. But it's all my own doing. And it's my own doing because I'm not being my authentic self. My authentic self is just fucking cuckoo fucking crazy. I'm not fucking crazy at all. I have big ambitions. I have very interesting abstract desires. I have unconventional wants and needs. I don't know. Unfortunately, the people that are in my life, they don't seem as though that they want to play with me. Because that's all this is. We're living a game. Everybody's taking their roles too seriously. I learned that it's okay to take the mask off and let the person inside shine out. So, but I did that through, pretty cool fucking, right? Everything happens for a reason. I did that through working through all the mental blocks that I have in my life. All the mental... I'm not going to show you the cards anymore because you don't even know what the fuck these cards means. This card actually represents breaking down mental and physical barriers within your life to help you push forward into the things that you're doing. Which is why I went, oh shit. Because that's exactly where I was going at with this conversation, is that a lot of my healing process, and that all healing processes, all of them, Reiki, I keep on bringing up Reiki because I'm very obsessed with it. I want to call myself a Reiki master so bad because I'll be the best. It's all about breaking down those mental barriers, those mental blocks. See, we have this thing where we try to I don't know. What is it that we try to do? We're afraid to look at the blocks. We're afraid to look at them because they're ugly, they're scary. Because it involves you having to show a bit of courage that you're not used to. And so it's fucking really scary. And it's understandably so, because I've been there and I know what it's like. Because even when my wife and I would first split, I alluded to it earlier that I wanted to have intervention with my wife because I thought that she was on drugs, and her family kind of ostracized me for doing that. You know how fucking scary that was? For 7 years, there was like this on and off, like relapse, no relapse type of thing. And finally, because I didn't have any trust, because every time I would try to put trust, the trust would be taken advantage of. At least I thought it was. Because I was too afraid to talk and ask the question. Instead, I wanted to be a super sleuth and find things out. And eventually I would find out things that I wanted to find out that she was using. And Was she using as much as I thought? I don't fucking know. I know she went to rehab once. I know my house almost went into foreclosure because of it. But then again, who the fuck am I to judge? Because the house the house is in foreclosure. The bank is gonna sell my house on October 8th, I think. Which reminds me, again, because I think I asked yesterday, if you can figure out how I can make 40 grand, actually, 40 grand. What do I owe in the house? 120, 150. I need $150,000 by October so I can buy this house out. So I can have those two idiots fucking move back in there if she ever gets dumped by her boyfriend. Which he probably will, because eventually he's going to find out about me. And I don't think he's going to want to be involved with a chick who's got someone like me in her life. Because she's not going to be able to get rid of me. Because unless he adopts my son, which I have this like weird thing that I have this theory that he's going to ask her to marry her, and then he's going to ask her to marry her so that he can adopt the kid. It's kind of a theory of mine. It's a weird thing. I get these like visions and these premonitions. That's what I call them. It's just a fear. But it could happen. Why the fuck not? Why couldn't it happen? It's very likely. Even if it's not that guy, it could be another guy. I mean, she doesn't like me very much, so. But then again, it's like, I dwell on this stuff. I don't even dwell on it, but I allow myself to dwell because that's part of the healing process. Is it's getting it out. It's shedding light onto those dark aspects of your internal being. It fucking sucks. You gotta talk about this stuff. You think I want to talk about this stuff? It's not entertaining. It's not, at least not for me. This is just gonna cause drama. This is just dramatic shit that I don't really need. I guess I need it because I got to experience it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be experiencing what I'm experiencing in my life because everything happens for a reason. And one day in the future, it's going to. I'll be able to look back on making this video and all the videos that came before this and go, well, that's why I did all that. That's why all of those things were made. That's why I said all the things that I did because of whatever event's going to come in my life. And I know it sounds like I'm complaining all the time, but sometimes complaining is good. But that's the thing, is like my Facebook page, right? I don't have any friends on my Facebook page. But I don't have any friends on my Facebook page because I talk a lot of shit on my Facebook page. I say a lot of things that I don't want people to know that I say. But not that I don't want them to know, because I leave it public. Anybody can go to my Facebook page and see all the fucking weird shit that I write. And I write some fucked up shit. Not fucked up stuff, but I get personal. I actually just wrote this thing about my mother-in-law today. But I know that nobody's looking at it. And the only people that would be looking at it are people that are stalking out my Facebook page. Which would be people I know, ex-family members, well, you know what I mean, ex-family members. But I do it just to fuck with them. I do it just to fuck with people. Because I have a lot of time on my hands. Because I've dug so deep into myself. The only things I really have to worry about right now are right this second. Don't worry about the past. There's nothing really from the past that holds me back too much. There are certain aspects that I don't like to touch on with people, and that's something I'm working on. But I am so much further advanced than a lot of people in that respect that I hold back out of respect for other people because I know that not everybody's as far along in their personal and spiritual journeys that they are ready to hear certain things that I have to say. But that also goes back to I'm also learning how to talk. Because my belief is this. Yeah, I can put it on social media. I can put shit on social media like this stuff that I just fuck with people. Because nothing on my social media pages are real. Yeah, you know, I'd like to say like, oh, I'm the Antichrist and do this and that. If you follow my Twitter page is real fucking crazy. My Twitter one is like, that's why I just don't give a fuck. Because I'm anonymous on there. Even though I link to my Facebook page, like there's ways to figure out who I am. I don't hide anything. And the reason for that is like I look at it as like a slow release, slow dissemination of who I am. Yeah, you know, I think these weird things, but hey, fuck it, I have good reason. I can justify everything. Like I said in that first video, you want to doubt me and anything I say and do, please go ahead. But before you say anything, just go back and look at all the things that I've done and all the research that I've done. Which even still, like you can't see inside my head. You don't know everything. I don't write everything down. I can't give everything away for free because there's just so much stuff. Like between 14 books, fucking Twitter page, Facebook page. I think plus if you hack into my email, I didn't even tell you how to get in there. I'm not gonna tell you the password, but if you can hack into my email, my actual Gmail account, so I'll even clue you in there. There's a folder called Notes that has my entire, while I was in California, my entire experience in California was written down there. Maybe I should just release that. Maybe I should just put that into like a little document. It's not a bad idea. Just my raw thoughts, because every day and after every experience, I would take my phone out and I would just write just what happened. And there's a lot. There's at least a small novel worth of experience in there. Everything's timed, everything's dated, everything's kind of laid out like that, even including my bus trips, including the bus trip, because I spent more time on the bus than I did in actual California. I took a bus out of Atlantic City, and it was a 3-day trip, 2 days in California, and then 5 days back. Long story. That's not a long story. There was a fucking accident in my one of my connecting bus, my itinerary, the Greyhound itinerary. Don't ever travel with Greyhound. Those people are fucking incompetent. The Greyhound itinerary got canceled, so they had to reroute me and a few other people onto several different buses, and it tacked on an extra 13, 14 hours onto the trip. It was really fucked up. But it was worth it. I was actually happy, because before it even happened, the day before, I was even asking the universe, please let something happen that this trip takes longer, because let's get to California. Fine. So, like I said, I had smoked that crack with my friend. Smoked the crack, smoked the pot, drank some booze, and then I had that extra money left over, and my plan was to go out to either Vegas or California or Miami. And I chose Los Angeles because of the name. I wanted to see if the metaphysical, I wanted to see if it lived up to its namesake, and it did, like I said. So I said to my friend, he lives in this not so nice area of town, and I feel for him. He's a real nice guy. He deserves better than what he's got. So I said that I would buy him a ticket to come with me to go to California, but we'd have to leave that night. I said, if you could change your entire life, because I believe in karma and all this other shit, and there's a lot of other mystical shit that I believe in, because I have very good reason to. And the reason I went to California, or the reason I was leaving, was because I knew that if wherever I went, something was going to happen that would make me realize that I don't have to go back ever. And it happened. I realized I didn't have to come back here. I came back here by choice. I came back here by choice because there was a sequence of events that took place, that an opportunity right when I needed it to came up for me to come back, and I thought, you know what, I do have things I need to take care of. I have this house, I have the ex, I have the kid. Let me see what I can take care of. Because I was going to go from Los Angeles to San Diego. My sister lived in San Diego. I wanted to go stay with her for a little bit so I can at least get a job, and I was willing to capitulate. Because my sister really has no idea what's going on with me. I try to explain to her, but she doesn't want to understand, because I think she's jealous, to be perfectly honest. Not jealous of my situation, but jealous of this. She should be. Oh no, yeah, she should be, because you know what? I've given her the opportunity to play along, and she chooses to just continue being a victim. She chooses to live the victim lifestyle. Just fine. It's not my business. That's her life. And listen, victim to me does not mean as a victim to you. That doesn't mean that my sister thinks that she's a victim now. My sister believes that she's living a very positive life that's going in a very good direction, which is fine. Just from my perspective, when I was living that lifestyle, because I was in the same place that she is in at one point, and I know where that leads. I've seen it. I'm living it. Because I just took a different route of dealing with it. And that route helped me. And sorry, I'm pulling these cards, which I'm pulling them because they're kind of help. They're not even like leading the conversation, but they are actually like very perfectly timed. Okay, yeah, exactly. So this card Sabat that I just pulled out. This is all about family. As we start talking about my sister, and that's what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to go because I felt my sister needed me. I had a few conversations with my sister that led me to believe that it would be in my best interest and her best interest for me to at least visit, to make sure everything's on the up and up, because I care about my sister. I do care about my family, especially my sister. Losing my father was very hard on her, very difficult. See, I can look at it differently. I see the death of my father as probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, the best thing that ever happened to me, next to my wife leaving, next to my family being destroyed and my house and my life being just fucking shattered, which was actually even better than my father dying. Like my father dying, that was like an anniversary celebration. My life being destroyed, that was like a fucking birthday party. I'm not happy that all of my family and friends were hurt. No. I'm happy that I was able to grow from it. I'm happy that I got hurt. I'm happy that I got to overcome the pain that I went through. Yeah, everybody else in my life, they all have their own shit that they're dealing with. My mother doesn't get to see her grandson because my wife won't even talk. Ex-wife won't talk to her. My ex-mother-in-law will not talk to her. There's this feud. It's like the fucking where there's redneck people, the McCoys and the other thing. That's what it's like. It's her family and my family, but we don't even talk. My sister tried reaching out to my mother-in-law the other day, asking for like an address or a phone number, which I don't even know the authenticity of this because I wasn't part of the conversation, and I know that everybody likes to embellish a little bit. But my sister's saying how and this is like telephone game, mind you. This is my mother's word of what my sister's word was of what my mother-in-law's word was. This is exactly how my marriage got. You know what? I'm not going to get into this because this is how my marriage got fucked up. Is that I called my brother, like I said, the intervention that I got ostracized from. I called my brother-in-law to ask him a little bit of advice. Then after I hung up the phone with him, he called my sister-in-law, who then told her mother, who then told my wife what I was doing, which then caused this whole fucking thing. By the time me and my wife finally talked to each other, at the end of the day, she was already moving out. She was already gone. The plans were already set. I remember I talked to my mother-in-law afterwards, before I even talked to my wife, and I said, well, you know what, I'll talk to her when we get home. Because I asked her, I said, please don't, because I panicked. I called my mother-in-law, I was like, please don't tell her what the fuck is going on. I was supposed to talk to you before your daughter was, and then she fucking told my wife. I don't even know what she told her, because I was in a panic, so the words that I was coming out, they probably weren't exactly what I wanted to say. Maybe it was what I needed to say, yeah, but... Oh, yeah, no, it was definitely what I needed to say, and I probably didn't have the balls to say the things that I needed to say to my ex. So I guess, in a sense, you know, it was the best thing that could have happened. And that's why I'm not mad about it. But it's that game of telephone that just went from one person to the next person to the next person to the wrong person. When it should have been just from me to her in the first place. Which, let that be a very valuable lesson. Don't get people involved in your shit, because you can't fucking trust nobody. Especially your brother-in-laws. They don't give a fuck about the bro code. I can tell you that right fucking now. But what I said to him was very excitable stuff, and it probably got him all fucking crazy because he didn't know what the hell was going on, so he went to do the one thing that was natural. So I can't even blame him. Bro code's for jerk-offs anyway. Person I feel the most sorry for is my son. But you know what? Even him, he's a little prick. He used to complain all the time to people how he wanted a new dad, and he's even said it to me. My ex said she wanted a new husband. I wasn't a very good dad or a very good husband, so I took everybody for advantage. I was supposed to be like the manager, I guess you could say. I should have been the manager of the house. Instead, I was fucking off. So I got what was coming to me. It's all right. Yeah, I wasn't being the person that I should have been, and that's what that card was all about. It's just okay. But let that be a lesson to me. And, you know, I'm probably doing the same thing now. Probably making the same mistake that I made last year, just getting people involved in my shit. But hey, fuck it. I ain't got nothing to lose. My freedom? I don't have any freedom. If I really do go to court for not paying my alimony, it was just 1 hour and 38 minutes. Well, it was 2 minutes ago. If I go to court and act a fool and they throw me in there for contempt or whatever the fuck, or because we're not paying my alimony, fuck it. I go to jail, get my ass kicked a couple times. Get my ass kicked for what? Every day? Whatever. I've had my ass kicked before. Get raped? Not really looking forward to that, but take one for the team, right? But they feed you. They feed you. Just like with this. Just like where I'm living now. They feed you once in a while and you get to sit and think by yourself. And you know what? I think if you go to jail, they give you a free education, right? But I didn't think I would be going to that kind of jail. I just probably was going to, I don't know. Good in jail? Probably. Who knows? Maybe I'll... You ever see that movie Bronson? Bronson with Ed Hardy? It's a true story. This guy, he stole a gun one day. He's a fucked up dude. He stole a gun one day. Fought a cop, ended up going to jail, and he's been in jail for about 30 years. He was only supposed to be in jail for like maybe a week, but he loved it so much. He loved the environment. It was just so grimy for him that he decided to live there. Anytime that he was coming up for parole, he'd get into a fight, he'd take a hostage, he would fuck people up, and he's still in fucking jail. He loves it there. He thrived. I don't know, maybe that's my destiny. I don't know. I can't exist in this fucking place. I ain't gonna be a fucking fry chef. Not gonna go back to, I'm not doing customer service because I ain't kissing nobody's ass. Unless I can start my own business. Be a fucking reiki healer. People don't want to pay me for my tarot cards because they don't like the way I do tarot cards. Because I get too deep. I mean, what I would like to do is work things out with my family, which I think actually comes from this, what this card is. I'd like to work things out with my ex. I'd like to figure some shit out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'd be cool. Figure things out, get her to dump her boyfriend, get back together. This way I can raise his fucking kid like a normal fucking family, because that kid is, I feel really bad for my son. I feel like, because I came from a broken family, I really would do my best to work things out so he can have what I never had, which is a mommy and a daddy who lived in the same house, who loved each other and treated him with respect. My own little personal holy trinity, mother, father, and son. Very, very cute, right? That's ultimately what I would like to do. That's ultimately what my plan was. The whole split was ultimately so that I can work on myself and figure out who the fuck I am. This way I could, both and I, find the good in the bad situation. See, so that's a little bit about what I do. Is my ambitions were to figure out get an industry that I can work in. Originally it was tarot cards I wanted to do, which I fucking excel at. Exceptionally. Which I have business cards all over the place. Which, by the way, if you need a tarot reading, I charge now. I don't do them for free. But you can get me at derek.pignataro@gmail.com, derek.pignataro@gmail.com, or you can call me at 609-418-5957. I put intuitive reader, but I guess technically what I am. It's what do I do? It's like $100 an hour. It seems like a lot. Yeah, go to a fortune teller. Let's see what they fucking charge you. And the reason it's so much is because it's draining on me. This isn't fucking easy. And you want your money's worth? People don't. When I was doing it for free, nobody took me seriously. Despite how fucking amazing I was. Because I wanted to make sure I was the best before I charged anybody. And you know what? I am the fucking best. There ain't nobody like me. That's for fucking sure. You want to fix your family? You want to fix all the shit in your life? Come to me. I will. You want a regimen to fix your shit? I will show you how to not do what I fucking did. All the things that I wish I could have done. That I would have done if I had the mind that I have now. Because everything that's going on in your life, I was saying earlier about when I was trying to insult you and tell you that your life sucks and all this other stuff, which, you're fine. You take shit a little too far sometimes, but I take things too far. That's exactly what that card says. But any challenges that you're finding in your life, there's actually very easy solutions. And I just have a gift where I can see perspectives in such a way that most people can. Not that most people can't. It's just that we don't see, because we're so caught up in our own linear way of thinking that sometimes we don't pay attention to the other options that are out there. So what I do is I use these cards and help people do that. And we come up with solutions on how to get you where you need to be. It takes time. There is no overnight success. There's absolutely no overnight success. But that's just the way of the universe. Nothing happens. Well, there are things that happen overnight. There are curveballs that get thrown into the mix. But that's good. Curveballs keep you on your toes. You're never going to get anything that you're not ready for. Like, yeah, you'll get nervous, you'll get scared. You know, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Everything's coming so fast. But that's okay, because that's what you're ready for. You've been training for this all your life. But yeah, that was my ambition, was to do this full time. Not particularly this, but to do this thing with the cards and even if the cards weren't involved, because I'm really trying to learn how to do it without them, and you can. Absolutely can. Because you can do it like this. Reiki on. You're now healed. You're healing. And you're now attuned to do Reiki on your own. I'm not certified to be a Reiki master, but I am a Reiki master. I learned it last night. I can probably teach the Reiki masters a fucking thing or two about a thing or two. I believe that. I'm sure they can teach me something as well. There's always things to learn. I'm still going to finish that book because I am very interested in understanding the science behind Reiki. The philosophy behind it. I can figure out the science on my own. Because even Reiki masters don't even know the science behind it. The lady in the book, who wrote the book, even said, I don't know how it works, I just know it works. Alright, well. You got some issues. There's somebody in your life, probably a friend or family member that you've kind of had some off. You've been off on. You need to work that, get that back into a place of harmony. But it's nothing crazy, because we all have that going on. There's always somebody that we wish we could have done a little bit more for, that we should have put a little more effort into. Even yeah, but that's the thing. Like, even like the people that say, and then that's it. Those people that we ostracize, those people that we don't want to talk about, those people that victimized us. You'd be surprised how helpful those people can be in your life. So, for instance, I was actually I was talking about this yesterday. I had on one of my Facebook groups, I had offered Service Me Saturday, and I don't know why I keep doing that. Because sure. Put this post, and I offered to pull a card for people, because these cards are good for bringing up blocks. And when you can find the block, then you can release the block. That's the theory behind this. Like, there's something that, like, that's why you're afraid to act out. That's why you're afraid to say the shit that you want to say. It's because you're afraid of getting punished. You're afraid of the punishment that's going to come along with it. But here's the thing, because yeah, there might be some punishment. Well, you might get a little bit of flack for saying what's on your mind, but ultimately it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. That I can assure you. That's a positive. And then, you know what? If it is, so what? It was exactly what you needed. You just gotta, and sometimes you don't have to. You don't need to just come out and bluntly say you're a fucking bitch, you're a fucking cunt. No, you can think. You can. Hey, you know the behavior that you're showing. I feel that you're not giving me the respect I deserve. I don't think that you're treating me the way that I deserve to be treated. And here's why. And maybe there's something that I'm doing that's making you act that way, so please tell me. Because if there is, I'll do my best to change it. And if not, there might actually be a good reason why I behave the way that I do. And if you just ask me why I do it, with open ears, I will explain it to the best of my ability. If there's any other questions that you have, please don't be afraid to ask, because I'm an open book. And there might be, during my explanation, I might forget to say something very specific to your requested information. And that may be what leads to a miscommunication. That may be the miscommunication and why we feel this way towards each other. See, now that's how you talk to people. That's a way of talking to people, is being that diplomatic. And sometimes you got to swallow your pride and just fucking say, fuck it, I'm not a victim. Because you're not a victim. You're absolutely not. You know you're not. Because you did something to cause that behavior to be thrust upon you. But here's the other thing. Sometimes you can't force anything. Sometimes you got to let things happen naturally. And that's what's the line? The best course of action is no action at all. At times. Sometimes you got to do some shit, but you can't always, because sometimes you're forcing it. It's a fine line. You'll know when to do what, because it'll come to you. Because everything happens, you got to remember, everything happens for a reason, and you're never going to put yourself in a bad position. And if you, would you, good or bad, they're subjective, because what you consider bad isn't technically bad, because it's bad. You think it is. Something negative is going to happen, it's going to make you feel in a way that you don't want to feel. But the beauty of that is, when you put yourself into that situation, just like when I first started, go back to my very first fucking video that I recorded. I'm lying in bed, I go, I'm not very comfortable doing this, I don't like it. But over time, it became that uncomfortable feeling turned into, I fucking love doing this. This is the 5th video I've done in 2 days, 3 days, 2.5 days, and this one's going for 2 hours. We're going on 2 hours now. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy expressing myself. I know that I'm kind of all over the place, but I think that's what makes it fun and unique, is because I don't have a structure. Because structure's for fucking jerk-offs. It's a little chaotic. So what? That's my nature. I'm here, I'm there. And you know what? There's ultimately, and if you pay attention to the way I speak, like, we always come full circle. Everything gets touched on eventually. It's just not in the order in which that you may be comfortable with. And I can't help that. Because there's a reason why. Because you know what, maybe the people that are listening, maybe not everyone's interested in the same topic over and over again. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm sure you're familiar with that phrase. This bouncing around, yeah, you know, you might be interested in this topic for a little bit, but then once I change it, maybe you were getting bored. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just needed to get your attention back and go, hello, hey, over here, pay attention, just like that. Because someone was just straying. Because we're going on a 2-hour mark, I'm sure that you've got some other shit that's going on in your mind, where your mind is straying because now you're starting to think about, my voice is bringing up certain thoughts and emotions and memories that are coming up. Because remember, I just did fucking 2 Reiki healings on you. I'm fucking doing these cards. Like, we're having a serious session right now. This isn't just like fucking a bullshit talk. I don't look at these videos as me just spouting my shit. This is like almost this is a healing session in itself. Words are magic. That's why it's called spelling. The human voice is the most powerful and destructive force on the planet. You can destroy the world with one word. Like that. Imagine what we can do to your head. It's just vibration, it's just frequency. Just because I'm not there right in front of you doesn't mean you're not getting the brunt of the energetic resonance of what's coming out of my mouth. The words that I'm saying are irrelevant. Yeah, they're entertaining because you don't know any better. It's the intent behind them that's what's really powerful. See, I know what I'm doing. I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to that inside voice as well. That's kind of why you're still here after fucking 2 hours, which I commend you for that. But then again, I am not terrible to look at, and I do say interesting stuff, and I'm fucking probably way cooler than anyone else that you've ever met before, so I don't blame you for sitting here. If I was in the position where I was watching someone like me, yeah, I would be fucking hanging out all day. I wish I could hang out with someone like me. I really would. I think that if I could meet someone like me, we would have things to talk about forever. Yeah, my little bloated ego, I know. I do have my flaws, though. I'm not, well, I'm perfect. I'm perfect for what I need to be for right now. I'm perfect for right this second. Even my flaws are perfect. Your flaws are perfect. You're the same way. Like, everyone is perfect. Everyone likes it. There's that little fucking spiritual movement of people, no one's perfect. Don't ever strive for perfection. Yeah, don't fucking listen to those idiots. You are perfect. Everything about you is perfect. You're exactly the way that you need to be, exactly at this moment, because you are the definition of perfection. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. It's not always about status and all that shit. I mean, yeah, we all got our flaws. We got our fucking little monkeys on our back, but that's what makes us unique, makes us special. I was saying earlier, addiction's not real. Addiction's a make-believe thing that we. It's another fucking label, status symbol that we throw on ourselves and other people because we don't want to face our own emotions. Addiction is just a tool in which it's a device to keep us from having to look at ourselves, at the pain that's inside of us, because we all feel pain. That pain is there not to hurt us. It's there to teach us something about ourselves, teach us how strong we really are. Because you overcame that pain. If you didn't overcome the pain, you wouldn't be where you are today. And everyone has suffered pain of some sort. Am I wrong? Would you say that you've never experienced pain before in your life? Of course you have. You probably did yesterday. It's probably why you're sitting with me for 2 hours rather than the person you're supposed to love. This card keeps coming out. Card keeps coming out. Andromelech. It's the head of Satan's wardrobe. He's his wardrobe designer. He's the one who picks out all of Lucifer's, Satan's clothes. Which reminds me. It's my brother. It's my brother-in-law. I like to dress nice. He actually, he got me very much into playing dress up. I used to not give a fuck what I wore. I just kind of would buy a pair of pants and buy shirts and just, whatever I liked. But he got me very much into being a little fashionista. Custom vest, but fashionista. He works at Hugo Boss and Express, and he likes to wear very nice clothes. Very snazzy kid. But I got some hand-me-downs from him, and I am obsessed with designer clothes now. Well, designer pants with my shitty shirts. I'm good as hell. Fuck am I gonna fucking lie? The shits are expensive as hell. I'm not gonna go out and buy Express pants and Hugo Boss clothes. Oh no. But they were stuff that he had to redo his wardrobe, so he didn't have any more. He didn't need these shits anymore, so I was like, fuck it, I'll take them. They look fucking good as hell on me. For a guy with no job and no money, I dress like a motherfucker. People probably think I'm an asshole, but they're fucking $200 boots I got for $25. They were a gift. I didn't even fucking buy them. They were a gift. I fucking love these boots. Love these boots. Oh my god, I love these boots. I never had boots before. They're fucking nice as hell. It's like they were made just for me. $25. I don't know who makes them. I don't really give a shit. They're fucking cool boots though. Speaking of Satan's wardrobe. But let's see. Fucking what is this? Speaking of food and my mom, she just texted me. She made some beer chicken. She makes this. It's fucking amazing. She makes this chicken. It's like a little bit of chicken, and she shoves a beer can up its ass, and then she cooks it for an hour and a half. Oh my god! But she just wanted to let me know to eat the chicken and make a chicken salad because she knows I love chicken salad. See? So my mom loves me. No, see, I'm not concerned about that. So where the fuck were we? So, bouncing around. Yeah, I wish people would, like, comment more. Start commenting more. You're gonna start commenting more and you're gonna start being a little more interactive. Start bringing people to watch this shit because, yeah, it's fun, but I'm starting to, not that I'm getting bored, but I like interaction. I want to interact with people based on my shit. I don't care about other people's stuff anymore. I like watching like YouTube videos on tarot readings and other stuff, but I think I want to be acquainted with more people because, yeah, I really do want some of you to buy me some birthday presents. I deserve it. Because I am providing you with a service that nobody else is. Being smart. And I want you to be smart with me because what I would like to do, I would like to talk to more of you. I'd like to talk to you here. Look at my friend Tim. Go back to last month. Chat with Tim. I'd like to chat with more people. I love chatting with people. And I think that was more like, I felt like more like he was interviewing me almost. But usually he and I, we have very in-depth conversations like that. He's a fun person to talk to. I like to talk to other people too. I absolutely would love to talk to other people because I like to. I don't think nobody doesn't have something to contribute. There's always something to learn from everybody, and I am fascinated by what goes on in people's minds. And that was something that happened in California. And you know what? That's really the most powerful thing that happened in California. And yeah, the smoking the crack was fun, and the edibles were amazing. I was pot nonstop. My first night there, if I read this book series, Sandman Slim. It's my favorite fucking series. It's so fucking awesome. By Richard Kadri. It's an amazing fucking book. I love this man. It's about a magician. It's about like a real magician. Think of it like a punk rock fucking Harry Potter. This guy, he was part of this magic group because magicians. You don't know this. I don't know if you know this, but we magical people, we're everywhere. We are everywhere. We hide in plain sight, and we are taking over. We are going to take over the world. Yeah, there's black magicians that rule the world right now, but there's a society of other magicians all over the place. I know them. I know some. It's not like this collective of great minds, not that I know of, and if there is, I'm gonna fucking find them. That's kind of what I was actually hoping for in California, because that was kind of like the premise of this Sandman Slim book, is that there's this subculture of magical, of people who are in tune. Let's not call it magic, because people that are in tune with the energies of the universe, with a deep knowledge of the forces of heaven and hell, of what we consider heaven and hell. And yeah, in the book, there's an actual heaven and a hell, but it's the premise behind it is also very similar to those old gods as well, because yeah, those things exist in this in that universe as well. It's very complex. What you know today isn't always the way that things were. Things were different at a time. Things weren't always the way that they are today. But I follow this guy on Twitter, which I'm a little pissed off to, because he's writing. I think he's writing the last of the Sandman Slim books, and I wrote him a book. I wrote him a tweet. I asked him how, if I can get my name in the book, what I got to do to get my name in the book. And then like last week, he puts out this tweet asking people for like $350 to get their name in the book. I was so pissed. If I had $350, I definitely would have did it. Absolutely, that would have been fucking so cool. Love that guy. But anyway, he had made a joke one day on Twitter, and he said that after he's done with the series, Sandman Slim, I think he's on book number 12 right now. When he's done with the series, he's going to make a second part. The second part's going to be of Stark, the main character, going to bars, doing card drinks for free. Going to bars, doing card tricks for free drinks and phone numbers. So I laughed because that's kind of what I do. At my mother's sister-in-law's, after she died, we had a little life party at this bar, and that night I had brought my tarot cards with me because I had actually channeled her the week prior, and she helped me write her obituary. It was actually really fucking cool, and they used my obituary. But it was weird because she, like, this night, I remember I was just writing, and just out of nowhere I had this urge to start writing about her, and I literally felt her presence with me, and I just knew all the right things to say, and I showed it to everybody the next day, and they fucking loved it, and they used it. It was really fucking awesome. But at her life celebration party, that's what I was doing. I was doing tarot readings for free drinks and phone numbers. I didn't get any phone numbers, but I got a bunch of free drinks. I did get paid a little bit of money. But while I was in California, the first night I was there, remember what I said? I went there just to fucking see what would happen. What would happen if I got on a fucking bus, went to LA, and just did my shit? I only had $400 with me. I didn't bring that much money. Actually, one of the guys I bought a ticket with, my friend who I went to bring, I lost him, so he didn't come with me. And then I was at the bus station. I saw this homeless guy, and I said to him, like, how about I'll buy you a ticket, but you got to get on the bus with me right now. And he got on the bus, and I bought this fucker a ticket, $300 fucking ticket, and he fucking bailed. He bailed right after we left. We were on the bus. We were not even a fucking mile away from the fucking bus station, and he chicken shitted out. He wanted to go back to his homeless life, smoking crack. Non-refundable ticket. But anyway, whatever. Shit happens. The lady at the register warned me, and I knew what I was getting into. I knew there was a possibility of it, so I'm not angry at the guy. Hey, I gave you an opportunity to change your life forever, and you decided not to take it. Fuck, not my problem. I'm happy that, hey, I'm impressed I had the balls to do that. Why not? He actually smoked crack with me, too, in the bus station fucking bathroom. Fucking crack, man. Amazing. He was smoking, and I was just like, hey, yeah, let me have some. When in Rome, like, indulge. It was fucking... the story. I smoked crack with a fucking homeless guy in a fucking bus station in a Greyhound bathroom. That's pretty fucking neat. It's just like the first time I smoked crack. First time I ever smoked crack was with a pregnant girl. And the only reason I did it was because she was pregnant. Because for the story itself. Just to say I smoked crack with a pregnant girl. That was it. Yeah, I know. I'm an asshole. But she was going to smoke crack anyway. She was with her fucking the guy who knocked her up. And with one of my best friends. So it's not like anybody was really judging her for doing it. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Second time I smoked crack was probably like 5 years later. It was on my 30th birthday, and we went to, there's this town in New Jersey, it's Asbury Park, and there used to be this really cool punk rock bar there. It's like this bowling alley bar called Asbury Lanes. It's fucking amazing. I love that place. And it was a bowling alley, and they like knocked out like the center like 5 or 6 stages or lanes, and they put a stage, and there'd be fucking bands that would play there while you're bowling. Because they had fucking really good drinks, and it's a fucking really awesome place. Just an awesome place. I used to go there a lot. Had to stop going because that's where I fought the skinhead I mentioned earlier. I don't like skinheads. But I don't not like skinheads. I didn't like that guy because he punched me. He punched me because I thought he was somebody else. I thought he was a friend of mine, and he didn't like that I offered him a drink because he got heated because I was staring at him because I thought he was my friend because I was drunk and I couldn't tell. I'm just like kind of staring. He didn't like the way I looked at him, so then he started talking shit to me, and I was like, "Hey man, listen, with this, go to the bar, I'll buy you a drink," and he fucking clocked me one. And I fucking grabbed his head and squeezed it like a fucking grape. But then they threw me out. Fucking place. That was the last time I went there. I never went there again. I was pissed off about that. I didn't think that was right. But anyway, 30th birthday party. Like me and a bunch of friends went out. My wife actually did a really good job. She got people I hadn't seen in years. It was fucking really awesome. She did a fucking amazing job for that birthday. And because my friend who I hadn't seen in a long time and my best friend who were also there, our birthdays are like the 16th or the 17th, 18th, and 19th of August. So it was cool to have the 3 of us there because we hadn't celebrated our birthdays like that in fucking like 15 years. So it was neat to have that experience with them. But my friend Chago, who I hadn't seen, while everybody was paying the bill, I grabbed him. I was fucked up. I was like, "Man, let's walk to the bar." I thought it was right down the street. It took us fucking like 45 minutes to walk down there. But anyway, while we're walking, this dude was coming down the sidewalk. And Asbury Park at the time, there's a large population of African Americans in a certain section. So as we were walking, this African American gentleman walks by, and I don't know why I'm even bringing up the because the accent I'm about to give. This way you understand. So we're walking, and this dude's coming down the street. He's coming out. We're going this way. He's coming this way. So as he was getting closer, we kind of like moved out of the way so he can just walk like in between us. And he stops. And he looks at me. It's fucking dark. It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. He's like, "Yo, man, take a hit off this motherfucker." And he hands me a pipe. He hands me like a little bowl. So I take the bowl and I fucking light it and take a hit on it, but it doesn't taste like pot. I'm like, because again, I'm this just fucked up person. I like it to experience whatever happens. I like to go with the flow. So an experience like this, something crazy like this is the equivalent of smoking crack with a fucking pregnant girl. And I've had things like this happen to me all the time. There's pictures of me somewhere posing with a fucking mariachi band or some shit. I don't know, Mexican gangsters. I don't know. It's interesting. But I think I got a bigger reputation, I think. At least that's a fucking weird guy that's fucking everywhere. But anyway, this guy comes up and he hands me the pipe and he's like, "I'll take a hit off it." I'm like, "This isn't pot." I'm like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Oh man, that's crack cocaine." I'm like, "Oh fuck." And I said, "Fucking let me take another hit." I fucking took another hit off the crack, and I love crack. I think crack's great. It sucks because it's only like 5-second thing, but if you're in those situations where someone goes, "Hey, you want to smoke some crack?" I suggest just do it. You're not going to get hooked. You might get a little twinge, but it'll wear off. It goes away really quick. But plus it makes a fucking funny story. Even though people take that stuff very seriously. When I told my mother I smoked crack in California, she was like distraught. She couldn't believe it. But it's like, fuck it. Who gives a shit? I've been doing drugs my entire life. I've been doing drugs since I was fucking 15 years old. First time I did heroin, I never shot it, but I fucking blew it up my nose. I think I was 15. I think so. Did it for like a year. Not like regularly, but occasionally like heroin would pop up. Like we'd be at school and someone'd be like, "Hey man, you want to buy some heroin?" Yeah, fuck it, why not? Acid? I've fucking done more acid than I can fucking I love that stuff. Love that stuff. Oh my god, I love that stuff. Did that a lot. PCB? That'll put you in a weird place. More K-holes than I can recount. All stuff. Shrooms. All drugs. Drugs are interesting. I think drugs, I look at drugs as like, not an escape, but almost like an enhancer. A reality enhancer. Like I smoke a lot of pot. Well, I was smoking a lot of pot for a while. Love to smoke pot again. Fortunately, pot is not as easy to come by as one would think, especially when you don't have any money. My brother looks me up though sometimes. Must be Smoker's pen. Sorry, I love it, man. Thanks for whoever sent me all the cartridges for my birthday. Don't forget to inbox me. I'll send you my address. Yeah, drugs are. I think drugs are very. I think they're essential for our growth because they help you tap into aspects of yourself that you don't normally look at, and I think that's fine. Yeah, and again, I don't believe in addiction. I don't think addiction's real. It's an excuse, because what happens is we take the drug, and the drug brings to the surface certain emotions or memories that we're not comfortable with. That, yeah, we can face it when we're drunk or we're high. As beer balls, you get those. You can say all the stuff and feel all the stuff. Get pissed off and upset, and angry and happy, and love everybody. Do coke with somebody. You know how fucking many great ideas that have been squandered because you run out of coke. You got coke. You got a group of people in cocaine and even ecstasy. Shit, man, you can change the fucking world if you fucking record the conversation, because that next morning you wake up and the anxiety comes on. I can't believe I said and did all those things. Your worst enemy becomes your best friend. You're just too ashamed to go back to that place. But now here's where addiction comes into things. Is where addiction comes in is where you take these drugs, and the powerful drugs, and they bring up these very powerful emotions with you. These non-sociable drugs. Fucking hell, I'm still fucking peeling. I gave myself sunburn a couple weeks ago because I thought I could heal it quick with my mind. I'm fucking still peeling like a motherfucker. But I'm losing a lot of weight. Do something about that. Those drugs that bring up these emotional blocks, and you don't know how to deal with it after you sober up. So those emotions, they don't go away when the drug stops. They come back, and you start to think about these things. And then the only way to suppress it again, the only way to calm it down is to do the drug again. But eventually the drug just starts to consume you, and it becomes a habit. And the next thing you know, that you're just always doing the drug to counteract that emotional feedback. If that's what you want to call it, but that emotional flare-up, if you will. And that's all addiction is. Fuck you, I'm right. Ain't a disease. It's an excuse. It's not an illness. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a disease because of the dis-ease it causes within the body. Okay, how about that? There we go. We'll compromise. So, shit, I completely lost where the fuck I was going. So, Sandman Slim. Richard Kadri made this joke about the second part of the Sandman Slim series being about Sandman Slim going to bars doing card tricks for free drinks and phone numbers. So, of course I commented on that and said, hey man, that's like my fucking life, because of that experience I told you about at my step aunt's life celebration party. So that was that was another reason I wanted to go to LA so bad, because the Sandman Slim series takes place in LA. And the City of Angels is full of demons and all this shit. Yeah, I wanted to see if that was real. And it's fucking real, man. It's fucking real. That is so real. That place is so fucking cool. I fucking love LA so much. Oh my god. Thanks for whoever lives in LA that's going to let me stay with them so I can go back there. Because, oh my god. LA is like the fucking coolest place in the fucking world. And you know what? I didn't even go to like LA. No. Well, what do I mean by that? The LA that's in everyone's mind, like Rodeo and Hollywood, all that area. I didn't go there. Yeah, I know LA and Hollywood are different places. But I'm talking about the really ritzy movie star. What people imagine when they think of LA. I didn't go there. Oh boy, did I not go there. I was in Skid Row for 2 days. And if you're not familiar with LA Skid Row, I do suggest. I don't know. My mother said she watched some videos on it, and she was fucking having a heart attack that I was there. But I didn't even mean to go there. I just took the bus. I took the bus to the Greyhound to Greyhound, and when I got off the bus, it was a fucking shithole. Oh boy. Daddy didn't know what he got himself into. But let me tell you, it was the best experience of my life. Because like I said, I went there because I wanted to just see what would happen. I like to go and do things and just see what happens. I like to throw myself. I go walk around the fucking ghetto just to see what would happen. People always say, "Oh, you can't go down there, the bad town," which is a couple towns, the next town over. People getting shot and this and that. No. Atlantic City is people getting shot every day. I love walking through there. I just love walking through there. I say hi to everybody, very friendly. I'll sit down and talk with the homeless people, just chill out. It's fucking cool. I just like the experience of it because you know what? I'm experiencing something that nobody else has. Because I don't live there. Everyone always asks me where I come from. I tell them where I live, and they're like, "Oh, you come from a real nice place." It's not that place. These people are all fucking zombies. I actually enjoy the shitty areas the most because those people are actually alive. Those people, they've experienced life. They're not afraid of who they are. They wear their shit right on their shoulder. And not to mention the fact that those people who are the downtrodden, they are more closely aligned with my perspective on reality than anything else. Yeah, they think that they're victims, and they're just like everybody else. They have their own shit. But if those people could figure out how to get over their stuff, how to get over their shit, they could take over the fucking world. Like Christ said, the meek will inherit the earth. And here's the fucked up thing is I could show them how to do it. And that was kind of my plan. I know, weird, trying to be the Christ of LA. Whatever. It was an experiment. Not that I'm calling myself Christ. I said Antichrist. Remember that. Because I am not here to save anybody. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to have fun and enjoy my life. And figure out a way to get out of this fucking cell and make some money so that I can actually do some good in the world for myself and for my family, including my ex and my son, because those are my priorities. Because that's why I'm here. That's why I came back. Because in LA, yes, oh my god, do I love that place. I want to go back there and I want to explore every inch of that city. I want to meet every single person that lives there because the people I met in Skid Row, oh my god, those were the smartest and most amazing people I ever met. See how we're talking? Imagine having this conversation every half hour with a new person. What would happen is the minute I got off the bus, so I got off the bus, I didn't know where I was, and I kind of just picked a direction. Just went. I was looking for a pot place because I wanted some edibles. That was the first thing I wanted. My plan was very simple: get off the bus, find some pot, find some bar, get some drinks, get some food, get a place to sleep because I needed a shower. Which I never even took. I did not even get to take a shower for another 10 days. Oh, I was fucking grimy, dude. When I got home, I was fucking just disgusting. I was surprised people didn't even just fucking hose me down. But I'm not a very stinky person either, so if I don't need to be. And I carried it very well. And though I was gross and grimy, I did at least look a little bit respectable. Not your average homeless person. I had my boots, I had my nice designer pants. I was fucking dressed up. I was going there to have fun. You look good and hang with the homeless. And they weren't all homeless either. But anyway, I just picked a direction. I kind of walked and ended up in this like tent city. Not even a tent city. It was just the fucking Skid Row. There was just tents all over the fucking sidewalk because that's where people lived. There was just tents all down this block, all down that block, all down that block. Everybody's fucked up. There's people walking around, and I met a couple people. Like as soon as I walked, like the first couple blocks, I had met this dude named Green, real fucking cool dude, and I fucking feel bad because I never went back to say goodbye to him. Because he said, if you're gonna leave, just make sure you say goodbye to me. And I never fucking did, but I know where he lives, so I know which tent's his. So if I ever go back there, I'll definitely hunt you down. Fucking real cool dude. But he was the first person I met. We chilled for a little bit, just a couple minutes. We kind of bullshitted, a little bit of philosophizing, and that was the cool thing, is that everybody wanted to talk like me. Everybody wanted to talk like me, and if they didn't, they were so interested in what I was saying. It was cool. I was appreciated. Period. I was appreciated. I actually found a place where my type of my personality was actually appreciated for what it was. It wasn't ignored. It wasn't pushed to the side and went, oh, you know what, let's make believe he's not there. Because that's a big thing that happens to me. I know we're going on the 2.5 hour mark, but I told you I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep on going for as long as I can. Or at least until my mom comes home and I'm too embarrassed to keep on talking like this. And so the day went. So I just kept on kind of walking around, just saying hello to people, checking out the scenery. And it was a really fucked up, shitty looking place. It was real fucked up. People smoking crack on the fucking sidewalks. There's people fucked up all over the place. People sleeping. And this is just the middle of the fucking day. Actually, it was around like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. I was scared. Of course I was fucking scared. It's fucking weird. I'm in a strange place, 2,000 miles away from anybody I know. That's not true, because I have some friends who live in California. Like I said, my sister lives in San Diego and shit. And but LA, I don't know anybody. I know one person in LA, but I haven't talked to her in a really long time. Last time I saw her, I made out with her while my pregnant partner was somewhere else. That wasn't very nice of me. But nice comes from the Latin word necius, means ignorant, so I was just taking advantage of an opportunity that was put in my way. There was no harm, no foul. It wasn't anything personal against my ex. And technically at the time we weren't even dating. We were two friends living together, and we were going to raise a child together. Crazy kids we were. I don't believe in titles. I didn't think we needed to be married, because my philosophy was very simple, that if I'm with you, I'm with you. When I'm with you, the time I spend with you is, you're the only person in the world. That's how I am. But it's like that with everybody. I mean, there are certain people that I devote myself to, like my ex. Yeah, I know I cheated on her twice, and I wasn't there a lot. But that's because I didn't know how to appreciate her for how special she really was. I didn't see it until after the fact. But that's what they say. Like, you don't appreciate what you got until you lose it. Which happens. I understand it. That's why I would love to. That's why I was saying before. I would love to work things out, because I think that I would give her the experience that she should have had when we were younger, because I really believe she deserves that. And I believe I can do that better than any other person. But hey, you know what? That's the thing. Is like, I even said to her after we split last summer, I said, look at the bright side of all this. Is that despite of all how we fucked up. Yeah, we fucked up. But you know what? We learned how not to treat our next partners. We both fucked up. This wasn't a one person fucked up thing. This is two people fucked up. Shit happens. But there's something to learn from that, and something to bring forward. So yeah, I think I would be an excellent partner. That's just my thing. But anyway, I don't know how that tangent came up. So I do because I have this one friend in LA. It's an actress. I don't know if she still acts. I haven't talked to her in a long time. But so yeah, it was scary. It was scary in that I didn't know anything, but I did not feel in danger for my life because, listen, as fucked up as a lot of the stuff I say, I believe every single word of it, and I don't believe that I'm ever in danger at all. I don't believe that I would have put myself in any kind of danger that I couldn't have handled, because I've stood up to situations and people that would scare the shit out of the largest of men, and I've overcome enough to know that I'm harder than most people. I may be a little guy, but it takes a lot to rattle my boots. I can promise you that. I promise you that. Especially after what I experienced in California, because I had the option of flying back from LA. I chose to take the bus because I needed those days. A flight would have been too quick. Flight was 6 hours. This was 3 days bus. Turned into a 5-day trip. That 5 days was exactly what I needed to process everything that I had just experienced in those 2 days. And now granted, had I stayed in LA longer or moved on to San Diego like I was hoping, it wouldn't have been as dramatic. But coming back here, knowing what I was coming back to, I needed to process the experience so that strength that I showed, I could bring back here. Strength. No, I didn't try to intimidate anybody or push anybody around, no. But to accept what was going on. I mean, and it was wild. Oh boy, was it fucking wild. It was like a fucking madhouse. There's a constant flow of people constantly walking by, either high or looking to get high. People looking to get laid. There's hookers, there's drug addicts, there's drug dealers. There's people walking around with fucking butcher knives. Like, there's just some fucked up stuff. I had this crackhead standing behind me, breathing down my neck. And I refused to turn around. Because I looked at it like this. I was having a conversation with somebody. I thought it was rude, for one, because I knew she wanted a cigarette. But I figured, you know what, if she's going to stick me, fuck it. Let it happen. If I'm going to die, and that's another problem of mine. I don't mind putting myself in life-threatening, what people would perceive as life-threatening situations, even though seeing these people, they're harmless. They really are. They're sad more than anything else. And I really did want to fucking play with all of them and help them and tell them how fucking great they really are. Especially the poor girl that was standing behind me breathing like a goddamn zombie because she wanted a cigarette. And LA actually inspired me to quit smoking. Thank you, LA. I owe you. I really do. Because you inspired me to quit smoking because everybody asked for a fucking cigarette. It inspired me to go, fuck this shit. I ain't smoking no more. And I fucking, the last pack I had was the pack I came home with. And I haven't bought a pack of cigarettes since. Well, one, because I haven't had any money. I could easily bum money, but no, sorry. I had some change. There's this phenomena in Pleasantville, which is the town over, the ghetto. They sell what's called Lucy's. If you never heard of a Lucy is like a loose cigarette. I heard rumors about these a long time ago. I had this friend who I used to live in this town, Tom's River, and this kid that I grew up with, he came from another town, Newark, which is not the nicest, did not have the nicest reputation, and he actually is the one who told me about Lucy's. And what you do is you go to one of the convenience stores and you just say, hey, I want a loose. They're like 30 cents. No, I'm sorry, they're not 30 cents. They're between 50 and 75 cents per cigarette. I'm going to hand them the change and you fucking get a cigarette. Easy peasy. So yeah, since I got back, like I bought a couple Lucy's, and I have bummed a couple cigarettes off of people. So like I said, like I think it's been about like 3, 4 weeks since I got back, but I've had 9 cigarettes since then. I haven't had a cigarette fucking since last week, sometime. I don't even fucking remember. But sorry, email. Victor Odo email. I like getting emails from that guy. I like that guy. He's very entertaining. Victor Odo. If you aren't familiar with him, I would definitely suggest checking his page out, because I'll say when this awakening shit first started happening to me, and we'll call it awakening. I don't know what else to call it. He was one of the people that whose channel I found, and he saved my sanity. He actually saved my sanity, because going through his videos, there was actually a couple older videos of his that really kind of opened my eyes to certain things that I was aware of, but I wasn't ready to accept. And it was really amazing how he was able to just fucking show me me. He was telling me about me without ever knowing me, and it was just like, there was a couple times like it really like fucking made me cry, because I couldn't fucking believe it. There was somebody who fucking really understood me for once in my fucking life. And it's this fucking random guy who I've never even met before, and he's just saying random shit, but the random shit he's saying is exactly what I've been waiting for someone to tell me. They're so fucking crazy. But again, that happens a lot. And that's what the California experience was all about, was all these people that I kept on meeting. And it was like, yeah, you know what? Every interaction I had was exactly the interaction I needed at the time I had it. I probably met about like a good 10, 15 people within those 2 days, but every single one of those people, I spent enough time with them that I fell in love with them. I had a couple love affairs, emotional affairs with people. I fell in love with a man. I had a boy that I met. A boy. He's fucking like 30-year-old guy. And we actually discussed the possibility of a physical relationship. I told him it wasn't my thing, and no, I'm not really into that, but we'll see. I said, I really do like you, and I really do want to get to know you more. And if things lead that way one day, hey, you know what? Then what am I going to do? But as of right now, I like this connection that we had. It was a connection with a man I never had before. It was actually a little uncomfortable, but it was uncomfortable in that I wasn't used to it. But I realized what it was. And I realized why I felt the way that I did. And I understand why. I understand exactly why. And it's not what he and I thought it was. Well, it's not what it definitely wasn't what he thought it was. It was not what I thought it was either. It was, because I had the same experience with a few ladies in my life. Last year I'd met this girl. She was younger than me. She was like 24, 25. I've known her. I was friends with her family. I've known her since she was like 16. She's fucking hot as hell. Oh my god, she's so hot. So last summer, right after my wife left, my wife always said, like, you can never get with her. I didn't try. Just got the cards. I was doing readings for everybody, and I was doing readings for her mom and for her dad, who were friends of mine. And they're like, oh well, they made a bet with me that, because she was all a little fucked up in the head, but she was kind of into the spiritual stuff too, which I didn't realize. So when they told me, I was like, oh fuck yeah, no, let me do her cards. Probably help her fucking dig up some shit. We had an experience. Oh my god. I did these readings. They usually go for like an hour and a half. Hers went for, technically turned into a date. I think the 1 hour reading turned into like a 4 hour fucking hangout. It was amazing. And then we were gonna hang out even more, but then her father cock blocked me. Not cock blocked me, but he was waiting up for us, and she wanted to show me some other spiritual stuff that she was into, and I was really interested in fucking hanging out with her. Because one, it was fucking cool because it was like, you know what? I knew it. I knew I could hang out with that chick and have a good fucking time. And then I kind of fucked that up. Because I thought I was having a... I think I confused the feelings because I had never experienced that with somebody before. I was so used... I've been married for 9 years. I've been with my ex for 13. We've been living together for 12 of those 13. Maybe more. A little bit longer. So this was the first time I had an actual, like, date, sort of, if you want to call it a date. I'll call it a date because 4 hours with a hot chick, yeah, that's a fucking date, dude. Real fucking hot. Oh my god, she's probably one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. She's so fucking smart, too. I really did like her. I'm upset that things got fucked up. But, but yeah, I didn't know what those feelings were because it's like the way my friend explained it to me, because I told her what happened, because this was like, and I write all about it in one of my books because I was very uncomfortable with what was going on because I had this weird feeling here, and it's happened a couple times since, but I've learned to recognize it for what it is. And my friend even said, she's like, oh, it's probably your heart chakra opening up, and that actually makes a lot of sense based on the research and study that I do, because I believe in all that shit. I 100% believe in the chakras and the energy flow, and because that's how Reiki works. It goes through your crown chakra, hits your heart, and then spreads out to your arms. Here's some more Reiki healing. Here, look. Reiki on. Why do I say that? Because in the book, this lady gives this anecdote about this woman that she was teaching. This older lady, and she was trying to, and the lady she's talking about, she was trying to teach her grandson, who was about 6, how to do Reiki, and she was trying to teach him about intent, but he's a kid, so he didn't understand intent. So she said that anytime you want to heal yourself, just say Reiki on, and then listen to it. It made me laugh because it makes sense. Reiki on. Healed. There's some healing for you. Now you're attuned to Reiki too. Again. Simple. So yeah. Now, like I was saying with my friends, with my friend, and how that was, and maybe it wasn't confused. And no, you know, when I told her I loved her, because I told her, but we had this. She understood a lot of what I do. More so than anybody I've ever met. Anybody I've ever met. She was actually the most in tune person I had ever met. So we had hung out again the following day, and we had discussed certain things. She was talking about like joining the Eastern Stars, which is like the female version of the Freemasons. It's actually it's a female version of the Freemasons. But I said to her that you don't want to fuck with them because those people, they fuck kids. I was like, if you want a group to learn about this stuff, join my group. It's a group of 1, but I have more knowledge and wisdom than any Freemason or anybody else. Because a lot of at least as far as I know, I would love to join. I would love to join the Freemasons. And if there are any Freemasons out there, please hit me up, because I want to be an honorary member. Let me explain to you all the other shit that I know, because I know if you go through this channel, it's exactly what you guys teach. But yeah, I plus I want the ring. I like rings, and I would love to have a fucking Freemason ring up on this one. Oh my god. Or maybe on this. Oh my god, I would love that. But I want it to be a real one. I'm not gonna just go and buy a fucking Freemason ring. I want to be an actual Freemason. I really do. Because I've been hearing about them since I was a fucking kid. Freemasons will take over the world. A Freemason conspiracy. I know what they teach. I know the teachings better than some of the fucking Freemasons themselves. I don't want to be a what's it called? It's a pouch. What's the pouch? The satchel. I think they're called sack Freemasons. I don't remember. I talked to a recruiter, not a recruiter, but the guy who, one of the guys from one of the lodges, and he said that that's a big thing with some of the guys, is that most people, they just go in, they get their pouch, they get initiated into the Freemasonry stuff, but they don't progress any higher than once you get the pouch. And it's just kind of like a hangout. They go to the meetings, they drink a couple beers, and then they go home. It's like a group. It's a group. It's a hangout. But I want to get into it for the teaching of it, the real philosophy behind it, because I understand it. And yeah, you know what? I can learn a lot on my own, and I have learned a lot on my own. I'm actually so impressed with myself. So very impressed by all the fucking stuff that I've taken in and integrated into myself, that I think in a group like the Freemasons, that I would actually be appreciated. Again, I would be appreciated for the things that I do. Like Albert Pike is a inspiration of mine. I would love to be the modern day Albert Pike, or even the modern day Manly P. Hall. Which, speaking of, I got this book right here. If you're looking for a really good book on the occult and esotericism, oh my God, this book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. This is an amazing book. You absolutely want this in your life. Even if you're not into Freemasonry and all that other shit, just for the sacred wisdom that is talked about in that book, it's absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. A couple other books I would suggest too. The Book of Thoth by Aleister Crowley. Crowley or Crowley, however the fuck you want to say that. It's another good one. He's got some good shit. But so LA, and I still haven't gotten to the card tricks for free drinks and phone numbers. So the first night walking around, got high, did all that shit, and then I was just eating pot. I wasn't smoking any crack or any shit like that. I'm actually like, I can control myself. And the reason I'm looking at my phone is I just want to give my friend a little shout out, because I haven't talked to her, and I feel really bad because I never fucking told her I was leaving. But shit, did I leave her number? Almost there. This is... Oh man. Oh man. It's too bad. I really like that chick. She was fucking really awesome. Well, anyway. Even before California, by the way, like the 3-day bus trip, I met a lot of really cool fucking people. A lot of really fucking cool people. So many fucking cool people. There's like when you get to the stops and then like you have a chance to like just smoking a cigarette with these people that get off the bus, because everybody's kind of like got a story. They're all going somewhere. And it's really neat to meet so many of them. I unfortunately don't remember their name, but like I said, I might just take all those notes that I took and like compile it into one little document and maybe put that out or something, because I think the experience I had was just really cool. It was just really fun. But that first night there, I had nobody to talk to. I didn't know anybody, so I was just kind of walking around. I saw this other dude who kind of looked like this little rock and roll guy, so I'm like, fuck it, let me talk to this guy real quick. I walked up to him, so I don't mind like fucking walking up to fucking random people, and I asked him, like, so is there any bars around or any kind of shit? And he points me in a couple directions. And he's like, well, you can go that way. There's a couple down there. There's a couple over here. Blah, blah, blah. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to pick a random direction. Let the universe fucking, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, right? So I walked down this one street. I don't know what the fuck the name of the streets were. So I just walked down this one street. And yeah, there's a couple bars, a couple nice places. Yeah, there's Skid Row over here, but there are places of business that are kind of respectable and shit, like eateries and such, that people are in, like regular people. So as I'm walking, I see a couple places, nothing's really catching my eye, and then I see this one place. It's called Beer and Fries, because all they serve is beer and fries. Oh my god, it's like the fucking, oh my god, it's so good. Not just like regular fries, like gourmet fucking fries. If you find yourself in LA, or if you live in LA and you've never heard of this place, please, God almighty, go in there, find the girl. I forget her name. She's this cute little lesbian girl, blonde hair, short. She's the manager. I forget her name. That's why I was looking for her name. I can't find it. But if you go in there, tell her I said hi. I was just about to text her while we were doing this, but I can't find her fucking number. And Kyle from the bus, no. KJ's my other friend. Fuck, such an asshole. But we had a great night. So she was the only one working, and there was a couple people in the bar. It's not really a bar; it's like a little bar restaurant. So I sat at the bar. There was a couple families in there, and like I said, they just serve fries. They served like these little trays, these decent sized trays, like gourmet fries, and they got like beers, got like craft beers or some shit. I think a couple drinks too. She made me like fucking strawberry mojitos. Oh my god, so amazing. But while I was sitting, I was the only person at the bar. We kind of just were bullshitting at first, and then I just told her like what my deal was. I just come from New Jersey. I just wanted to see what LA was like, and as we're talking, we eventually got in. I told her how I do cards, because these boys came with me, and so I started doing her cards for her. Started doing her cards right in the bar, because everybody left. At that point, like, it was just me and her in the bar, and then the chef. I think even the chef left. So, day one, mission accomplished. I did get her phone. You got to take my word for it. I did get her phone number. It's in here somewhere. I don't know if I saved her name. I don't know why I can't fucking find it. Because it should be like right around here. Almost there. Went there, wrong direction. I don't know who the fuck that is. Please. Plus, I'm trying to get the habit. Thank you. Yeah, no. Fuck. Stupid. But yeah, I think I was there for a good like 2-3 hours. I stayed with her. I helped her close the bar. Like I was there all night until the fucking bar closed around like 1-2 o'clock. But she kept on feeding me drinks. So I kept on fucking doing cards. We were talking about like all this fucking cool philosophy stuff, everything happening for a reason, hermetics, all that shit, the universe, and she fucking loved it. She was very enthralled by it. So then after we closed up the shop, me and her, we hopped in her car. We went down to one of the dispensaries. We got some fucking pot. She actually got some pot, and then she fucking just rolling blunts. We were smoking blunts, gave me a blunt. It was amazing. It was actually like a fucking really awesome time getting to meet this person. Yeah, I had a little love affair with a lady who loved ladies, but it was a good little experience. That was the last time I saw her. We were supposed to hang out the next day, but shit happened and that got blown up. But then that next day, I met a bunch of other people. Like the next morning, like I stayed in a hotel. I got really, because all the drinks she was giving me, I was really fucked up. Then we were smoking blunts afterwards. And then, plus I was eating edibles all night, and I was just... The cleaning lady actually woke me up. And they almost didn't even let me sleep in the hotel. Luckily, I had just enough cash to cover the down payment they wanted, the deposit. And because I had the money for the deposit, they didn't want the deposit anymore. The next day, when I wanted another room, and I didn't have enough for the deposit, then they wouldn't let me get a room. I was fucking pissed. But, actually, I'm very glad that happened, because... I decided I was going to go, and at this point, the hotel I stayed at was in Koreatown, and I kind of wanted to go back to the Greyhound. I wanted to go find my friend Green, who I had met the day prior, and so I walked from K-Town all the way back to Skid Row to Green's tent, and on the way there, I had a little fucking adventure there. I mean, I looked a mess. I was fucking sweating. It was fucking hot out. I had this fucking book bag I didn't want to carry. My boots are in the fucking bag, and the boots are heavy as fuck. But like I was saying earlier, how I like to push my body to its physical limits to see if I can do some shit. Like, that was one of those things. I walked for fucking like two hours through LA. Just fucking exploring. Not even exploring. I walked down a very specific route. I went down to fucking 7th Street, and then I walked all the way down to fucking the Greyhound. No, I walked down to Kay's tent, to Green's tent first, which was like 3 or 4 blocks from the Greyhound. And what I said to myself was, if I'm not supposed to get to the Greyhound, something will stop me. If I'm not supposed to see Green, he won't be there. So I walked to his tent. Finally, hours later, I'd stopped. I got this just like little Mexican guys fucking on the street cooking, grilling like fucking steak and fucking rice and beans. They're fucking amazing. I even stopped at this convenience store to get some cleaning supplies, toothbrush, which I totally forgot, toothpaste, which I forgot, deodorant, which I forgot, which wasn't even deodorant, it's fucking body spray. Tampons. I got to grab tampons because I figured I'd get tampons for one of the homeless people. I don't know. It was like this weird thing. Recovery Force I talked about earlier. I was doing a little bit of community outreach around Atlantic City when I first got hooked up with those guys. 135, by the way, and close to 135 is like 1138. It's almost the same thing. When you add 3 plus 8, it's 11. So 111. It's a hidden one. And one of the things that we used to do was like get tampons and food and snacks for the homeless people and give it to them. And if you never did community outreach, so it's pretty interesting. You meet some interesting folks. But I just had this urge. I was like, you know what, fuck it. Let me get some tampons just in case someone needs them. Then I hit up a liquor store, got a little pint of Captain Morgan, because I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Homeless people, they're smoking crack or they're drinking, or the poor guys, because they're not all homeless. I mean, like, some of them live in fucking hotels, or whatever, dude. So I was like, maybe I'll get drunk with somebody. Maybe I'll get drunk with Green. Maybe I'll find someone to get drunk with. Either that, I'll just give the fucking bottle away. So I ended up walking, and I went back to Green's tent. Nobody was there. I even looked in. I was like, hey, Green, he ain't there. He wasn't there. And I'm like, fuck, I guess I gotta go to Greyhound. It's only maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. And when as soon as I said that, hey, Green, and I went to go walk across the street, went to go continue walking, boom, he pops up right across the fucking street. He's like, yo, man, right on fucking time. Boom. We bullshit for a couple seconds, and then he has his own plans. I'm like, you know what? And maybe I freaked him out because I even said to him, like, you know, I just walked from K-Town down to find you again. I think that's coming off a little much for people. And I don't even know why I was looking for him. I just felt like I had this intuition, this intuitive pull. Because, listen, I just listen to my intuition. Everything I do is based on my intuition. This is my intuition. Everything I say is just intuitively coming out of my mouth. Everything I do is just intuitive. It's just, I just do, go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. So, and that's why I say things like, if I'm not supposed to get to the Greyhound, I'm not going to get there. If I'm not supposed to see this dude, I'm not going to fucking see him. So I go back to walk to the Greyhound, and what happened? What happened? I ended up, there's a whole other, I met this other, I went this other route too. I don't remember how the fuck I got there. I met this girl. She was the smartest fucking girl. She lived in a tent. Lived in a tent on a block that smelled like piss. Fresh piss. Fresh and old piss. There was rotting food next to her tent. There was a fucking crackhead who was losing her mind down the street. This was when I had the crackhead breathing behind my neck. There's another one across the street kicking. Like, you ever see the videos of the people who like lose control of themselves? There was, I'm pretty sure she was like one of those. She was fucked up on whatever that shit was. Bath salts or whatever the fuck people say that is. There was a lot of people over there. I was actually yelling at the homeless people to get the fuck over here and listen to what this girl had to say, because she was so wise, so smart. She was 23. And she was just there. She was just very connected to what was going on in reality. Not just like the universe shit and all that other stuff, but she understood things that most people don't. And it was just very refreshing to experience that with someone. It was very nice to meet her. I loved her very much. I even told her, like, if I ever come back to LA, I want your name on fucking marquees all over the place, because you are too smart for this shit. For any of this shit. She's a great fucking person. What the fuck was her name? I forget. I wrote it down. It's in my notes. But so then I continued my journey back to go to the Greyhound, because every time I kept on saying, if I'm not supposed to make it, something will stop me. And I swear to fucking God, I kept on getting stopped over and over again. I got stopped about 7 or 8 times that night. All within like 2 blocks of the Greyhound. Everyone I kept on meeting, like I would bump into them, I would meet them, introduce myself, like we bullshit, and then We would journey a little bit away from the Greyhound, and I would trek back on my own. Then I would meet someone else, and we'll leave away from the Greyhound, and I would come back. Yeah, you're looking for a fucking sign. That was a fucking sign. Because all of these people kind of, they all alluded to keeping me with them. But things didn't work